twitch.tv/Heroes Legacy ZF.
I am, in fact, subscribed. What I meant was I should open it.
Yes.
Oh, there's Facebook.
There we go. Copy that. Make sure I send that next message. Done.
I see a very strange Animal Crossing character in a Virgin Killer sweater. What are you? Is this the same stream? Or...
Wow.
It's got your face on it. You told me. The chef hat and a monocle.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was from earlier.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Everything should be live. Everything should be ready. Done. I am going to quell my nerves and just get right into this.
Just play. You have an extra camera running in the background.
Yep.
So, I'm just gonna play. Right?
Yep. Just gonna play like normal. Alright, hello, welcome. Alright, everyone. Welcome to the Arcadia tabletop using the Fate Core system. I'm going to be your DM. I will be, my name is Heroes Legacy. We have our wonderful guests today. If you would like to introduce yourself we'll go from Mordecai, Gareth, Delashi, and Vrost. We'll go in that order. So feel free to introduce yourself and say a little hello.
Out of character.
Either or, in character or out of character, whatever flair you choose.
Okay. Hi, Dylan. I'll be playing Mordecai Tanakh, the son of a Sands, benevolent engineer. Snarky, quick-witted, and not the most thorough thinker when it comes to actually thinking of plans. Impulsive is the word.
Wonderful. Our lovely Gareth.
Hello. I will be the one playing Gareth. Strong, stoic, silent type. Doesn't really, care for loud, bouncing, fast as heck boys. I am a magician scholar who's one to shoot first, ask questions later. But if you got something cool and old, maybe I'll talk to you.
Wonderful. Delashi.
I'm KT, and I'll be playing Delashi, and Delashi is kind of, really somewhere in between the two. Kind of impulsive sometimes, but then kind of thinks things through sometimes. He uses, magic, and he has a whip, so, yeah,
And then, our last and wonderful guest of the night.
Hello there. Normally I go by Darkroot, but tonight I am playing a fan Vrost. Vrost is a charismatic gunslinger who can't help but try to be in the spotlight whenever he can. A little bit reckless, a little bit of daredevil, but he slides on by the skin of his teeth more often than he likes.
So with that being said, welcome to the Arcadian Campaign. This campaign takes place within the world of Skies of Arcadia. It is a campaign that I have built up and worked out in order to have friends and anyone who's interested to explore with characters to their heart's content. It is a world of magic, a world of mystery, a world of sky pirates. Going on treasure hunts, raids, adventures through the skies themselves, through different nations, each encompassing a different moon, different types of magic, different worlds. So welcome. Where we last left our crew was taken in by the wonderful Lord Zivelin Bane, a man of esteemed revere who is a pirate with his own island and has taken our crew into safekeeping. He proposed a challenge to them. They are currently potentially on the run from the Valuan nations, and his island seemed very promising for them to have a sort of base of operations. Gareth, Delashi, and Mordecai bartered themselves a ship as well as some provisions. Their mission now from Lord Zivelin Bane has been to explore this presumed ghost ship, the ghost train, that has been flying through the skies of the yellow and red moons. Hearing the news, our wonderful Farin Vrost chimed in and said, "You know what? That was supposed to be my mission. I'm going to tag along just to make sure it just gets done right." And so here we have. They boarded their ship from Bane's Isle, rose up into the upper stratosphere, and caught wind of where the train was going to fly past. Thanks to Mordecai's wonderful sailing, they were able to follow the train as it careened through the air and able to hook the anchors onto the back of the train. Their ship now kind of coasts behind this ghost train. Wanting to make sure things would stay safe, Mordecai waited for the rest of the crew to get on the train, and hopefully we'll be tailing not too far off. Gareth, Delashi, and Vrost, inspecting each of the different carts, have noticed the train itself has a weird mystery about it. From cart to cart, it seems to go anywhere from old and the way it is in the current era to refurbished, ancient technology seen from the outer windows, and people seem to be stuck in some sort of time loop, repeating words over and over again. In other carts too, they so wonderfully braved a mob of skeletons ready to just add some new compatriots to the train. And finally, from where we last left them, Vrost, Delashi, and Gareth are now inspecting one of those carts that seems to be stuck in the past, where its denizens are just muttering to themselves. Some in Latin, some just working on things, making sure the train is operable. And so let's continue from there. Where we last left you, Delashi and Gareth, you both piped over and were looking at a young boy who was working, a Sylvialite from the Silver Moons. A boy with academic study, and he had a little compatriot about him. His compatriot, a silver-slimed creature, turned and looked at you as you entered the cabin. As you immediately left upon noticing this, he went back about his time. What would you guys like to do? What are you exploring?
I know Ross kind of looks back, looks at them. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to deal with no silver blob.
What a way to describe it.
I did mention to Delashi too, because you rolled well enough in our previous campaign, our previous adventure. You actually seem to have noticed, and it looked very similar to you. You've seen something very similar before.
Mm-hmm.
While you guys do you guys need a moment to decide? Would you guys like to talk amongst yourselves?
Well, I want to tell Gareth what I notice.
Okay.
I kind of turn towards Gareth and point this out.
So you point
That, kind of recognize it.
Okay. Gareth, Delashi makes note and mention that this slime seems very similar to what you saw Lord Zivelin Bane produce just recently. Seems to be a guardian of sorts.
Well, it is Silver Moon-ish. Can I tell him, the basic properties of the Silver Moon?
You can.
As what, so it's basically like life now. You can give life to things, as even this blob, this creature of...
So you know it's a guardian of sorts. Would you like to interact with it? Would you like to do anything? Maybe you're just going to move on.
I think I'm gonna move on from it.
Okay. Your whole group in agreement that you're moving on from it?
Yeah, just gonna try to avoid getting closer, just shimmying our way past.
Alright. as you guys just walk past the cart of the young boy, the blob does turn, looks at you, and then as you walk away, it just goes back to its boy. Mordecai, we're going to go real hop, skip, and a jump over to you, friend.
Hey.
You've just finished harnessing your ship over to the back of this careening or flying ghost train.
How fast is this thing moving, by the way? Like,
I would say it's moving solidly fast. Like, I want to say
Solidly.
25 miles an hour.
in my expert opinion, that is solidly fast. Okay, so
You stayed back in order to make sure that the ship itself would stay with it and you wouldn't be lost out in the skies.
yeah,
Like-
I mean, yeah, that'd be bad with our brand new ship. And to anyone watching, I'm gonna be asking a lot of extra questions because I
Okay.
couldn't make it to the last one.
That's fine.
So I guess I'm done rigging that up. Do I need to roll a check to like make absolutely sure that the DM isn't gonna try to dislatch this thing?
I will promise, especially for this encounter, I will not be that mean.
Okay.
So,
All right.
your
Looks good to me.
ship is safe and secure.
All right. And excuse me. And Farron, real quick, did we have any particular interactions last time, or did Mark have any particular interactions with Mordecai with you, or?
It was very brief, like introduction, like, hey, this is who I am, this is who you are. All right, cool. Like that was about it.
Okay, just double checking.
He seemed to think you were polite.
Well, that's a first.
Wow. A first from other people, correct.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, and before I move on, Gareth, how do you pronounce the ship's name? Because I've already read it.
How long?
How long?
How long?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have butchered it if I hadn't asked, so thank you.
So the ship has been dutifully dubbed Powlong.
All right. Well, in that case, if everything looks good, I'm going to grab my gear, do a quick scan of the horizon to make sure we're the only ones in the sky with this thing.
You do notice that the moons that pass by are the red and then subsequently the green moon.
Red and green.
So you could see a trajectory. You went from a bit more towards the yellow moons of Valua, or the yellow moon of Valua, towards the red moon, a far off red moon of Nasir, and now the green moon is coming more and vibrantly closer. So,
Okay.
judging a gauge, you say that the trajectory path that it's going on, it's going from Valua to the Ixa to the Nasir.
All right.
And potentially a little bit over Glacia, the purple moon. But that's more a bit off in the distance, the way the trajectory of the moons are. I could show you a map for that later.
Later's fine. But I don't see any other ships in the sky that might have taken interest in this.
No other
or-
ships in the sky. You are in the upper sky. It is very hard to get in the upper sky aside from certain craft.
So we were only able to go on this mission because of the ship we picked?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. In that case, I will stop stalling for time and I'll go rejoin the rest of the crew.
All right, done and done. I need you to
Good
roll
luck.
me. I need you to make me a few rolls.
Sure.
I need you to roll me athletics. I will need you to roll me fighting.
Oh.
And I will need you to roll me fighting, athletics. If you would like to roll stealth, you can roll stealth, but I also need a will and physique roll. And then tell me what those are in those orders.
Okay. Athletics, fighting, will, physique, and maybe stealth?
Maybe stealth if you would like to roll it on top. You can replace one of those rolls with stealth.
Oh, I can replace one of stealth.
Yes.
So
So I just need.
will.
So this is going to be a contest. It's going to be a series of subsequent events that I will tell you how successful you did in order to catch up with the rest of the crew.
Okay. So, athletics first. So that is my +3. Let's use these handy dandy.
Oh shit! All right,
Nice.
all right.
Nice. Good start. Do you want me to wait for explanation or just roll all these in a row?
Roll all of them in a row.
Okay. Fighting! Not as good, but better. I mean, well, not as bad as it could be.
All right.
I'm swapping will for stealth,
All right.
because that's my least. Proficient one. And it's not a 0, it's not a negative.
It's not 0, it's not a negative.
And physique is sake. Same thing, okay.
Oof. All right.
You
You are so lucky for your goddamn.
I front loaded my dice, dude.
You did. Give me 1 second. I need to do one thing real quick. Where's the cards?
Can you imagine?
Fighting, 1 stealth, 1 physique.
Just imagine if he could just like use a moonberry and just shoot himself.
That would be interesting.
That would be hilarious.
So, do I have to make like a leap onto this thing?
No,
Is that what's happening?
you are accessing the train. You already hopped
Okay.
onto the back caboose. You were set.
Okay.
You also gain 1 advantage card for that 6 roll that you got. So I will make sure to give that to you after I explain what the course of events that's going to happen.
Sweet.
So after a bit of time, you notice that the crew, that your allies are taking a bit of time, and you know you want to hurry, catch up to them, and help them, because this train, it's only really been technology like it has only really been seen in Valua, so you're actually really interested in it. You hop onto the back caboose and you rush on through. You know the rest of it, you'll come back the way you came. You have to get back here in order to get back onto the ship anyway, so you're not too worried about scanning any room that doesn't have your compatriots in it. So you hop through and burst through the back of the caboose of the train, and you see a passenger car. Through the passenger car, you end up making your way. You actually see it over towards the end down here. You're in through the cargo car. You run on through. You see a few things have been disturbed, but you can only assume that was what was disturbed from your allies. As going in there, you go into the steerage cart next. As the moment you go in from the first car into the second car, it changes around you. You see that everything is new. There's technology on the outside of other flying machines. There's a vibrant city on the outside. And the thing that catches your eye is that the same image that you see on the right is exactly what you see on the left, through the windows of this train. You try to shake it off and be like, all right, this is interesting, this is weird, but my allies are not here. You want to stay, but you want to catch up to the group first. So you barrel on through, you rush and run and run and run and run, and going on through to the next car, you boof. Da-dum, da-dum. The next car changes, and it's back, and it's old, and everything around's decayed again.
Oh.
You hear a noise, and as you try to push on through, the only light source that you have is your spear. Your spear guiding you in front of your face. You go and go and go. The corridor gets tighter into the next car to where you just hear moans and noises. You're grabbed by skeletons and they're trying to pull you over to the side, and you struggle and roll to break free, your footsteps alerting them as they all just kind of go. They claw and clack their teeth around. You break free, busting over, like hitting your legs against the steel barricades that they're at, and just try to go rush over into the next section. They kind of pull at your clothing, ripping little tears and bits here. You know, you don't see anything around you that's your allies. You see magic displaced, so you can only assume they got past the crew right over here. You finally make your way over to the end of the cart. Stop and take a quick breath. The skeletons passed, kind of waving their arms, trying to claw at you. You look back at the corridor you ran through, and you look up with your back pressed against the door. And a little wisp, a little thing of fire, kind of slowly drops in front of your face. And you're kind of blasted into the next car. All three of you hear the sound of like an explosion from the previous, as in comes Mordecai, barreling from one car into the next one. You will take one point of will damage, friend.
One will damage?
Yes. You were successful on those rolls. You got past the skeletons, but unfortunately, the lack of the stealth and everything else, you took a negative hit. You were able to get to where you needed to go. You just took a little bit of a loss on it. All right.
That took 1 will damage.
You took 1 point of will. So one mental stress is what it's called.
Okay. Can I, just for the fuck of it?
Yes. What do you want?
One more roll to see if, since I got blasted in this car, to see if I can at least get my footing and at least try to make it look like I somewhat intended it.
Roll athletics for style.
Yeah.
He's gotta look good.
He's got to look good.
Always. Sometimes.
All right.
Sometimes.
3. Explain how you're going into that style, and you will successfully do it, friends.
So I don't know if anyone was looking back this direction. Do these doors have like windows on them, like a normal train car?
Yeah, it's like a train car.
So anyone who happened to be looking in that direction would have seen just like a Mordecai-shaped silhouette in a flash, and then the door just when you're and like just like thud, and then I come up, and I spit on my foot, and I go, and I bow like. Nailed it.
Oh my god.
I
Mordecai.
thought I had a flash.
Mordecai comes barreling through the back of the cabin that you guys just were in.
Yep. Ship secured. How do we meant to do that? Yes. I already hit this train.
I don't even have to turn around because I already know it's Mordecai. Let's just keep going.
Wow! The rest of your allies show some concern, and Gareth, with his usual composure, is like, let's move on.
Thanks, Captain.
Your group pulls together, and through this cart, I will give you a quick description as I gave the rest. There are various passengers in this cart right now. They're women, children, all ages, sizes. Some of them doing academic studies, others maybe speaking in Latin, or speaking in the tongue of the silver of the the tongue of the purple moon.
Speaking in tongues, got it.
Speaking in some tongue, some language, ancient language. As they already passed by, Mordecai, you are the one. You also notice that there's a silver slimed creature that is in a little bit in the way.
Does it look like the dot hack sign monster that Zivlin Bane apparated?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Oh, pardon, dog.
It is technically in between you and the rest of the group. It kind of comes out, looks at you, looks at their group, and then goes back into its cart. It is right over here, and as you pass by, it is right here, as you can see. And as you pass by, you notice that there is a boy working on academic studies and is muttering to himself, like, okay, I need to be ready. I need to do this. I need to be ready. I need to do this.
Tillin's a little lost. Were we given any kind of inkling on what to expect?
You were not.
Okay.
What you were told by Lord Zivlin Bane was that there is an ancient train, so to speak.
Okay.
It's something that was seen also in Valua. Valua's technology, they also have a train that goes on the rails as well, from the upper city to the lower city. And something of similar structure and nature was seen flying over the various cities.
Which, of course, is not typical.
It's hella not typical. So Zivlin Bane is like, hey, look, your group would like to get access to the island and come back. I will give you this compass. It is a compass that is always pointing towards the magnetic pull of our island. And as long as you have this, you will be able to come and seek refuge and yada yada yada.
Okay.
So bring back anything that is of interest and tell me what is on this train, and I will give you this and give you safe access to my island. And actually, it was Lady Iris who proposed this. Originally, Bane was going to give the mission to Farron Vrost, but Iris saw fit to give this challenge to you and your group. To which Vrost also was like, hey, I want to come along. This was supposed to be his mission.
Okay, I'm gonna advance down the hallway, see this, catch a glimpse of the boy, look at the group, just kind of like bemused expression and point, like, are we going to just ignore this? This is very strange. I'm so confused.
And what it looks to be is that every cart that you go through changes from being, as I said, old to how it is currently, how you view it from the outside. It looks like an old, ancient machine.
It feels like we're walking through time.
And it feels like you're walking through a bit of time. The rest of your group will also mention, Delashi, would you like to mention what you have found previously, or anything that might have been interest to Mordecai?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Are you talking about, like, the treasures that we obtained?
The treasures
or...
that you've obtained, maybe that piece of machinery that you guys stumbled upon?
Are you talking about the... It was a box? What was
You
it?
found a box, and it was a square cube-like thing, and it had ancient writings along it, and it looked to be of purple moonstone origin. You can see that it was like some sort of technological device.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to mention this to Mordecai. See if it piques his interest.
It's a techie-looking box that glows.
Yep, techie-looking box that glows.
Consider my interest piqued. But before I take a look at that, does that not remind you of what came out of Lord Zivlin Bane?
The slime, is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
I noticed that as well.
to me.
I noticed that too.
Gareth, Frost, do either of you know any more on this?
It's Silver doesn't want us going near the kid. What else do you need to know about it?
Fair.
It's most likely of Silver Moon descent. It's just a living blob at this point. Just leave it. It's not gonna do anything besides, I don't know, drip on you.
You know, normally I'd argue more, but
All right.
well, if it's still here on the way back, I would like to investigate it further. But if it's let us pass, then so be it.
Listen,
peaceful
this
for
whole
now.
strange train just needs to come to a stop already. Everything we've gone through this thing, it keeps trying to play tricks on the mind, so you gotta keep your wits about you. Who knows what that ooze might do if you try to take a closer look.
That's fair.
But anyway,
Alrighty.
I'm an uncharacteristically unargumentative mood.
If your group is in agreement, then you all proceed towards the end of the cart. And at the end of the cart, you just see a guard standing there, adorned in some armor. And he's kind of almost looking through you.
Just gonna kind of lean forward and wave my hand near his face, like not like rude, like on your nose, like, but motion. See if any motion he reacts to.
He has 1,000-yard stare.
Does it look like we need to like physically move him to get through the door?
Maybe?
Maybe.
So far, none of your group has, to my knowledge, none of your group has touched or interacted aside from saying hello to anyone.
Mm-mm. That's true.
I'm gonna. Unless someone else wants to do something here, I'm gonna look back at the group. And you just see that slow smirk begin to spread.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
yes, Captain.
You know what? Whatever.
Yes, Captain.
Just let it happen, Gary.
Let's not be
Just let
rude.
it happen.
Hello, my name is Mordecai Talark. How are you? And I go and I reach to like touch his shoulder.
You touch his shoulder. Roll me a will save.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Just pardon me. That is. There's a reason I substituted my will check for stealth. It's because that's at +0.
Oh yes,
Still
friend.
positive.
Oof. All right.
Another oof for the DM.
All
That's
right,
2 today.
friend.
Somebody get an oof counter up.
You
Okay.
put your hand on his shoulder, and you just kind of fall right through him and almost black out for a moment.
I wasn't gonna lean on him, but is it just like
No.
I lose all
The
balance when
moment
I
you
touch him?
touch him, you feel your body kind of drop,
Oh, good.
and your hand goes through him, and you kind of almost. Well, all right. For the rest of the group, you see Mordecai. Hey, and the moment he puts his hand on his shoulder, he falls flat on the floor, dropping, and you see the guy's foot almost. Like, you see his back, Mordecai's back, and his leg is the guard's leg is through his back. Because he just fell
Oh.
right through him.
Okay.
Okay, there's ghosts on a ghost train. Who else is surprised?
You go, Mordecai?
Mordecai
Fine.
Mordecai's down.
Didn't
Wait,
do that
am
in
I
style.
like black the fuck out?
Roll me physique real quick.
This is how you make an entrance, fellas.
That's how you make an entrance.
You make
All right,
many
you don't black
entrances.
out, but you definitely hit your head on the floor. You go ka-tunk, and you blink, and you're like, and you feel the man's foot through your stomach.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna try to roll out of that one.
You roll on through.
You know, I've ridden a train of Valua. It was much better than this one.
What did we learn?
This train is awful and I hate it.
I need everyone who's not Mordecai to roll me notice.
Notice?
Yes.
Mordecai learned nothing. That's what we've learned.
5. Ooh. All right.
Oh,
So
dang.
Vrost, you are the one who notices this. You notice that the the guards actually takes a breath and then
I don't like that.
continues to stare.
I cock an eyebrow. Well, first time I've ever seen a spirit take a breath.
Like, you actually see a little bit of it there. And then the moment Mordecai moves, he goes back to having that 1,000-yard stare.
If I had to guess, seems like that whenever one of us touches him, he gets part of our life force.
Oh, great.
Let me see here, and I kind of start shuffling through my bag. I believe there's a little crystal that we picked up somewhere along the line. I think I have it in my person.
Yes.
Or, I have a better idea.
And the idea is,
The blob.
The blob? What would we do with the blob?
It's a silver moon blob. It has life.
how do we get the blob from there to him?
Yeah, the
without
blob
harming
is-
us?
He's guarding the child in the cart.
We can
Damn.
bait it, or do you want to use a precious, perfectly good silver moon crystal?
Hmm.
What about the little yellow crystal you found in the suitcase 2 cars back?
You have no use for them? Dahashi, if you have no use for them?
My weapons are fine right now, so should
Go
be
ahead.
good.
So your group
Oh,
is
yes.
is going. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Another decision by Gareth without my input. Also, DM, for my expert position on the floor, does it look like we could feasibly get around this guy without touching him?
You
Get
could
to the door?
feasibly get around the guy without touching him.
Okay, while they're having this conversation, I'm just gonna try to like squiggle up and like stand up without touching him again and see if I can open the door.
You open the door. The next cart, as you see it, and I can give you this point of reference. When you open the door, as you look out, you kind of see that kind of wave around your cart, of energy, and into the next cart, you see it again. The next cart looks old. It looks, again, how it should, or from your current timeline's perspective. You can still see overhead the moons going from green now over to red. Back to the other group. So you are going to feed or give a crystal to the silver slime?
No, I think we want to put it in the ghost.
Oh, put it in the ghost. Okay.
I'm just holding the door open like a bellman at this point.
Who's giving it to the ghost then?
I vote Ross.
Ross? Alright, Ross.
I vote the same. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I mean, so there's a 2v1 here. I don't have a choice. I take the crystal.
Captain's
That
orders.
one. Oh,
There you go.
you ain't my captain. I didn't vote for you.
This is my mission. I'm the captain now.
Oh, no. This was my mission. You're
Gentle-
lucky you're allowed to get this mission.
Gentlemen, I'd like to remind you that the door is open. We do not need to interact with the ghost any further.
Ross, are you doing it? What are you doing?
I'm
You have the choice
I'll
right
look.
now.
and I'll see the doors open. So as I walk by, I'm gonna take the crystal and drop it on the ghost foot and pass through to the next car.
Alright, so as you go towards that, the slime actually goes out and notices that you dropped the yellow crystal. And it did kind of just pass through the foot, and it's laying on the floor. The slime actually goes over to it and eats. If anyone wants to stop it, they can stop it, but it goes to eat the crystal and then takes the form of the guard right there. And you see a nice yellowish glow for the guard. And he looks at all of you. And he's like, tickets? You have your everything
God.
alright? Are you fine? Are you
Yeah, we're just trying to go to the next cart. That's all.
Oh, okay. And he kind of puts a hand over his face. He's like, yeah, the next
Good
cart.
sir, are you feeling alright?
Yeah.
We already gave you our tickets.
You're roll me deception, friend.
Who?
Mordecai, roll me deception.
Yes,
Because I didn't lie. I didn't lie.
I hope you have the force.
Oh my god.
Can I roll rapport?
You can roll rapport. I'll allow
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that's better.
3. All right. Yeah. And he looks at your attire and he's like, "Oh yes, Nasir. Not Nasir. He actually says something in another language. Pyron. Oh, Pyron. Yes. You're probably a guest. My apologies. We thank you from the temple." And he looks at your attire and he's like, "Oh, yes.
Very good.
Uh,
But these people are with me, so if they can.
But-
And I kind of like give them all pointed looks, like.
he steps over to the slime, and the gentleman is the slime now, and the slime moves past and allows you further. Like he doesn't directly impede you. So I'm going to move him over into this cart right here. It's like
Thank you, sir.
if you
Firm handshake, by the way.
And he actually goes to give you a handshake. He's like, "Oh yes, I try. Thank you." And it's normal. You don't feel anything. You just feel like a little bit of the slime right there.
Ooh.
Ew.
But it's like it's solid. It's almost like you know when you grip plastic.
Sure.
Mm.
It's like that. It's
Okay.
like touching a balloon.
Which one is it?
Sorry, the There's a
I get
physical
it.
form there.
I get it.
He moves over to the side, and then you all move fast or do anything else?
Yes, I move fast.
Kind of like when he's not looking up, like waving, like really erratic, like.
So you move over into the next cart over. He looks over and he says goodbye, and then you see him take a position right here. Oh wait, hold on. And then the slime drops and goes back to the boy.
Interesting.
There's a word for it.
I wonder why the slime would do that.
I haven't the slightest idea. But we are here. Hopefully. And I kind of like stares down at his hand. Hopefully all intact.
You are full intact. You are fine. You just still have your 1 point of mental stress from earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm knocking it out of the park today. Alright.
All right.
Just gonna squeeze in there.
So going into the next area, you all can click on your character and move them because it's a little hard for me to click your character right now.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
probably have full
I
control
moved
over all
mine.
this.
Okay, done deal. As you go into the next set of cars, again, ta-tung, ta-tung. Everything is old. Everything is current, I'll say. As you kind of read, you see numbers for rooms, assortments. The first two that enter the chamber, Vrost and Gareth, I want to say.
Yes.
Yep.
You look about, and it appears that this is a sleeping quarters of sort. And in these sleeping quarters, has everyone here seen The Fifth Element?
Oh god, it's been so long.
I don't think I've seen it in a while.
Not a problem. I'll describe it for you then. It's rows of like sleeping chambers, but unlike before, where it was kind of like you had sit-down seats and like rows, kind of like a normal train. This appears to be like full for people who are going on very long travel. It's almost like a stasis chamber in the sorts. Like you can open them and you see that on the inside, any of these that were closed tight were almost vacuum sealed, or not vacuum sealed, like very sturdily closed, and everything inside kind of left undisturbed. There was actually no dust in any of the inside of the chambers, all on the out.
These are tight seals to have withstood such a journey for so long. Well, who can say for how long with all the jumping around this train seems to be doing. If I don't see anything pressing in the chamber, I would like to take a closer look at one.
Okay. Roll me crafts.
Sure, I don't get to use that one as often. Ah, man. I had that one really good roll and the rest have been subpar.
Yep. The dice
That's my plus
and
three,
the
too,
rolls
man.
are not loving you tonight.
I know, man. That's punishing me for missing last time.
You get a look about, And you could see, the only thing that you could really see is that this seems to be a mixture of red moonstone technology and a touch of silver.
Hmm.
Everything that you've seen up to now, too, has been a mixture of purple moonstone and red moonstone technology. Between the layouts, the carts themselves, the designs, the tapestry, everything, even the fabrics. It's been a mix of those two, so this, a little bit different.
Definitely takes advantage of its travels, whoever built it. Are there like little... So these are basically like cryo chambers, you said. Are there little like windows? Can we see if there's like people on the inside?
Roll me notice.
Sure.
Does anyone would like to do the same?
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
would.
All right.
I'll do it.
All right.
not?
Whoever wants to roll notice can roll notice.
I know I'm jibber jabbering too much. Y'all can talk right over me. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
One and three. All right. So unfortunately, Delashi, you are the only one who doesn't really notice.
The rolls are not happy with me.
Delashi, I'll do this one quick for you. You basically get certain, like, various names that are in ancient writing. That's about it.
Hmm.
Everyone else
Okay.
who rolled, from Vross to Mordecai, you notice that in some of the chambers, they're cracked. Any ones that are still solid and standing seem to be pretty much empty, except for one.
Ooh.
There's one chamber that has... Actually, for Mordecai, you were the first to notice this. There is one person that is inside the chamber. Looks like they're sleeping.
We got the one out. Words are hard. Wow. We got the live one over here.
Are they alive?
Damn, they look to be alive.
From what you could see, there is breathing.
If you count breathing as living, then yes.
You kind
After what we went through.
of wipe the outside of it. You do notice that, well, Mordecai, again, since you rolled well enough, you get the hunch that this is a bit different, because you saw skull and bones in previous chambers, and the only chambers that you really noticed people in were the chambers of the past.
Hmm.
You're talking about like different train cars?
Yeah, the different train cars.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this one looks appropriately decrepit, like we're in the current time. Like it looks on the inside like it did on the outside when we approached it.
Yes.
But we actually have, our first living discovery
Correct.
in this type of car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You notice it is a woman with silver hair.
Oh, you found a way to round it about.
I'm so glad you were the one to notice this too.
Pretty fitting.
No comment.
I just processed.
comment at all.
what you did, KT. So yeah, I look back at the group. We tried to get her out. I'm waiting for him to process that. I'm already looking over it. Not really. I posed the
mean-
question out of politeness, but I'm already looking for the answer.
Are they awake?
It just looks like they're sleeping, right?
It looks like they're sleeping.
They appear to be sleeping.
You ever hear the saying, let sleeping dogs lie?
I sure have, but this is clearly not the dog.
Oh my god, Mordecai. You said there was a woman in there,
There's
right?
a woman in there.
Indeed. And
Farron
the,
puts his pistols in his holsters, puts his hands up. You know what? Fine. Go in there. You get your ass kicked. It's on you.
that's fair enough, but it's the only living person we've seen in a car that looks like how it should. You're not the least bit curious?
Let's open it up.
This could have the answers that Bane was looking for anyway. This person.
All right, roll me. Anyone can roll me either burglary or crafts for this one.
Ooh.
Got the +3 on crafts.
A 1. Try.
All right, Gareth.
Oh.
Oof.
Nice.
Dalashi, you actually end up breaking one of the other pods, thinking someone else was in it.
You end up breaking what?
Dalashi ends up breaking one of the other pods.
Oh,
So
okay.
Dalashi was looking through and being like, "Oh, there's people in these. Oh, okay, let me look at one," and just ends up like touching one of the
Frost, I saw
doors
that
and
go.
like breaking it.
I
Sounds
just
about
stumbled
right.
off back up. I see you.
I'm trying to be
Can
helpful.
can I potentially use my benevolent engineer aspect on this?
What was your roll, friend? I didn't see your roll.
It wasn't yet.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
was just expecting a bad one.
You.
Oh, never mind.
Whoa! Don't need no help with that.
I mean, you could use your benevolent engineer to add a +2 if you want.
Does that cost me a point?
It does cost a point.
Okay, well I think I'm good with a 5 then.
Okay, solid 5. Gareth or Mordecai is able to, through a bit of time, and you all look at him and you just see him get this big grin as he looks into the technology of this, breaks out a few tools, and although some of them don't fit properly, he's able to finagle and wiggle his way into the machinery of this. Pulls out a panel and just kind of taps a few things, and the door opens with a psst.
Yes, I clearly knew exactly what I was doing.
Inside is the woman that I just put into the character reference. Character.
Oh, Mark. Let's see.
I knew it. I saw the token and I'm like, I know who the fuck this is.
She
Wow, I knew it.
she blinks for a bit and is like, Are we there?
It depends. Where's there? Are you alright?
Are we at the Temple of Pyron?
No. No, certainly
Very
not.
smooth, Mordecai.
Oh, did we pass? Did we pass to Glacis? Frozen
Tell you
Lands?
These
have
areas do not exist.
What? And the woman kind of turns over and she gets up and steps out of the chamber and then looks to you all.
I'm going to do the gentlemanly thing and offer my hand.
She raises an eyebrow and takes your hand. Hi, and looks you a bit over and then sees a bit of the coloring of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
are we not there? Who are you? Hi, sorry. You've extended a hand. My name is Eris. Eris.
Eris, it's a pleasure. We find ourselves in strange circumstances. Introductions are important. I am Mordecai Tarak, son of the seer. And these are the rest of my crew, plus one. We have... And I gesture over what you all introduce yourselves.
She looks to the rest of you very confused and takes a moment, and you see her eyes kind of widen as she looks at the rest of the area and takes a good breath and then keeps looking at the rest of your group. And, you?
I'm Gareth. I'm a Yaffle Toman.
A Yafu... what? And again, looks at your clothes, and then the Temple of... Here we go.
Miss Eris, I have a strange question for you, but hear me out.
Yes.
So we find ourselves in a strange circumstance. What year do you think it is?
She says something in moon speak. In moon speak.
I kind of cock the one eyebrow I have and glance at Gareth, because if anyone's gonna understand it, I expect it to be him.
Roll me lore if you want to understand, friend. All right, 3. You get the first part, but not the second part. Basically, she said, "Silver moon, such era, rise of," and then fall, purple moon. And it did not sound anything current.
Just gonna relay that information back to Mordecai that it is not her time.
Okay, and I turn back to Eris,
And she kind of, as you turn around, she kind of grips your hand a bit harder. Because you extended it, correct?
Yes.
You could feel her grip a hand a bit more firmly. And as she's taking a bit of a breath.
Okay. So, you're confused? We are certainly confused.
Verily.
Yes. Let's not do anything rash or surprising. You are safe with us. We're here to investigate this train. And it has been nothing short of a wild ride since we've boarded.
She, the opposite hand, you see her start to bite the nail on her thumb. And trying to think and like just going over things. And she's muttering things in Moonspeak. Screw it, it's canon now. Moonspeak. And then and just going over it. And then she kind of looks at her wrist and is like, she kind of grips, and then she realizes it's on her other wrist. There's a bracelet there as well. And she taps it, and then out comes a fox. A fox-like slime.
A fox-like slime. Okay.
Yep.
It was cute.
Well, similar. Like it's the same slime as you saw before. Its shape is more elegant, and it goes over to her shoulder, and then you see her take a breath. I was like, okay, all right, we can communicate. We can talk. That is good.
Yes. This would be a much more awkward conversation if we couldn't.
All right. Lead on.
Certainly.
Where are we going? What are the train? Is there anyone else?
That is a complicated question.
Technically no one of this living world,
Oh,
but you for now.
okay.
That sums it up. Yes.
Hopefully there are others.
Ideally.
You see her take a gulp. Where have you been already?
I just kind of gesture down. 3 cars down?
Okay, and then she understands and is like, the captain, maybe the captain might be able to help. And then she kind of points in the continuing direction towards the end of the train.
Oh, that's convenient.
Towards the front.
Whew, okay. I wasn't expecting to go this morning. We'll figure this out.
All right.
It's gonna be safe of us.
Aerith holds you, or
just-
Eris holds your hands.
Nailed
I
it.
ain't holding his hand.
Just stay close to us. There. It hasn't exactly been a pleasant ride.
Why don't we just have her stay in the car behind us that we were last at?
That's an option.
But if we get stuck and we can't come back for her,
This is a possibility.
I'd say keep her with us.
Alright, it's a liability.
Wow.
She has a protector. She has the same slam as the boy had.
Yes.
Yes, but
Turn back to Eris. What do you call it? That thing, by the way. What nature of creature is that?
Oh, it's well, we generally call them cupils. They're guardians. Mine is called. Give me 1 second.
Would you say they were called cupils or pupils?
Cupils. Cupil. I like to call mine Vo.
Vo?
Yes.
It is a pretty name. How do you spell it?
V-O. V-O-E. V-O-E.
Sorry, translation issues. Forgive me. V-O.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that makes sense.
If it is all right with the rest of you, I am sorry. I will do my best to not be a burden. I would rather stay amongst the living.
This is certainly an understandable goal.
well, Mordecai, she's yours now.
She holds on and keeps a bit close.
Don't mind taking that responsibility. Just stay close to me.
You wouldn't.
Where are you? Are you in elbow range? Because you're getting the elbow.
More towards the back.
Okay. I'll bide my time.
All right. And
Smack your elbow, like, don't touch me.
everyone, roll me another set of notice checks, please.
Instead of what?
Set of notice checks.
Okay.
Everyone, give me another notice.
As we're doing a turn, Frost, is this the type of thing you were expecting when you were supposed to be sent on this?
What I was expecting and what we've seen so far are two completely different things. I figured this train was going to be empty. Easy shot to the front. Not only have we dealt with skeletons, possessed clothing, slimes, we now have this.
All right. So as everyone,
Do you want us to explain the possessed clothing?
I saw the image in the Discord and I was like, huh, that's neat.
Now it makes
Gareth
sense.
tried to put it on me. Gareth tried to put it on me while it was possessed.
I didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, again, if it's normally a snazzy dresser, I would also have to decline on that one.
You know what? I crit the thing, it dead. Now the poor thing has clothing, so it's fine.
You killed a jacket. Congratulations.
Vrost, you definitely notice more wisps at the far end. Although it's a few of them, they go further down. They kind of leave your group. The rest of you just overhear things at the farther end of the train. The train cart.
Ross is gonna unholster his pistols, both Ignis and Fulgur, start walking towards the end.
Nice.
Okay.
Of course. So there. Why won't there be more possessed fucking things on this train?
I'd like to suggest putting Eris in the middle of us rather than like at the end, so we can make sure that she's protected.
So what is going to be your party order going down into this next train then?
Baron's in the front.
All right. Farron's in the front, accompanied by. All right. So Delashi taking rear.
Yeah, I'll take rear.
Okay.
I bet you will. Bam got him.
Wow.
Mordecai has his finger, considers it. What's its like?
Eris in between.
Wait a second, that's me.
Yeah. All right. There we go. That's the order. Eris is. All right.
Nice.
Correction. One thing: is Eris in front of you or behind you, Mordecai? Are you leading her, or is she kind of staying in between the middle of the group?
I'd
Do you
say.
want to see the goods, or do you want her to see the goods? I'll mute myself. I'll stop.
It's like, oh, that is a good point. There's a time and a place, and this isn't necessarily it. I will. If she's still holding on to my hand,
She's still holding on to your hand.
then I will trail her gently behind me
Okay, so she's
And
in
trust-
between you and Delashi then.
and
I
trust
don't know, man.
Delashi
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Is it wrong to pick up girls in dungeon?
I've seen that anime.
I've seen it too. I love it. I love Belle
I
Cornell.
expect no less of both of you.
Hey, it's
What was
all right.
my
Anyway,
God.
moving on to the list.
It's a good show.
It is a good show. Moving on, your whole
on.
group makes your way into the next cart, and at the tail end, you actually see the wisps. They are up in the upper corners of the train. They don't really do anything at the moment. They just kind of wait for you.
Turn to Eris real quick. Do you have any experience of this type of thing? Is this something you expect to be on the train?
Roll me empathy, friend. Eris is really shooken up right now.
That's fair. Empathy and not.
Hey, Mark, you might want to move your Twitch screen thingy because you can't see us.
Wait,
Twitch.
what's up?
I've been trying to message you for your Twitch stream because all you see is the old card. You can't see us.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
I tried to spam you.
Oh, just
Don't
tell
make
me.
pull out the folder.
Just tell me
Don't make pull out
directly.
the folder.
Tell me directly, friend. I am terribly sorry, friends.
Okay, so I got 2, and just double checking because I'm still learning the system. If I use the Master of the One-Eyed Wink stunt, does that cost a point, or?
Is it a stunt or? Oh, you're
Stunt.
right. As long as it doesn't specify you have to spend a point in your stunt, you do not have to spend a point for your stunt.
Then that 2 is a 4.
Okay. You calm Eris down. You kind of give her a wink.
Wink walk.
Wink wonk. And she's like, no, if these are from, and in Moonspeak she also mentioned something else. Sorry, glacis, purple moon, magic. It might be just spirits trying to protect the train. The purple moon denizens, they bless this train with spiritual guardians. And so on and so forth. And she says, like, as it should be fine.
Are you sure? And I kind of like turn a little bit and show like a scorched edge of my cloak from earlier.
I hope it is fine. I have a little bit of, and she actually she sees a bit of that scorched cloak and tries to put a hand around it. And 1 second, you see her fox kind of turn back into that slime-like form. It goes over her hand, over your cloth, and then back up her hand, back into the fox form, and your cloth is now good again.
Oh, that is a lovely trick. Thank you. I just got this. I was very upset.
It's the least I can do for thanking you for waking me.
And even without a kiss.
Oh my gosh.
And even without a kiss, is what she said.
I'd like to tell Eris my name and like reassure her.
Okay. She
Yeah, I'd like to posit that
I-
earlier I gestured for you all to introduce yourselves. I assumed we can just get it over that.
You make yourself once more directly known instead of just as a group.
Gotcha.
And the rest of you, do you all? And she even says, "Thank you." And then she again reintroduces herself, and her fox almost comes over to you and bows its head. For Delashi.
Silent and grumpy. That's what I'm doing. Just silent and grumpy.
So
That's
moving.
my stigma. You gotta find a new one.
Oh no, we have two of them now.
moving on to that, the rest of your group, I assume, proceeds into the next cart, correct?
Caution.
With caution. As your group proceeds into the next cart, I need everyone to roll me will.
No.
You cannot substitute this roll. I just need everyone to roll me will.
It's great. It's great. It's great. It's a. That's pretty great.
Okay. Alright, Delashi, waiting on your roll.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay. Alright. Everyone, I'm going to pause the music here real quick. Alright. So, everything gets quiet. You no longer hear the sounds of a cart. Your whole group moves from one cart to the next. And as you do, everything changes just as it did before, but no sound. Your whole group walks and walks and walks. And you all just immediately black out.
Oh.
And each of you wakes up in a different room. Actually, a correction. I'm going to set the scene first for our two who rolled highest.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just every couple syllables, you're like,
So, as you guys all walk through, all of you black out. And what gets revealed is a scene for each of you. We will start with Mordecai, then we'll go to Delashi, Gareth, and then Vrost last. Okay?
Of course.
So, with this first start, we will go with, I said Mordecai, Delashi, Gareth, and Vrost. So, with Mordecai, you wake up in a room. It is one of the train cars. You wake up and you're kind of sitting in a bed, and you take a look around and you see everyone else. Everyone else is in a bed of their own, and in front of you, you actually see a few doctors around.
like the good doctor or just generic doctors?
No, it looks to be like other, like nurses and doctors of the like. You see them having clipboards and everything, and they're like, "Oh, good, you're awake.
Oh, you're holding a clipboard. You're clearly a doctor.
Welcome. Are you okay? How are you feeling? You passed out in one of our other cards.
Confused. That is the word I'm going to use. What?
They talk to each other in like in moon speak. The nurses and the doctor. I'm going to move your character portrait up a bit. Give me 1 second.
Once I hear moon speak, I'm gonna go. What year is it?
So you're right here. They say again in moon speak something else.
Does it sound similar to what Eris said?
It sounds very similar to what Eris said.
Okay. The dots are being connected here. Did you find anyone else?
Yes, everyone's on board. Everyone is fine.
You just mentioned everyone else is in the bed, including Eris?
Yes, Eris is there as well. Everyone is on rows of beds sleeping. They're over here in subsequent as 1 second. Do you see it right there?
Yeah.
In the upper section. Everyone's in a bed of their own each here. Everyone's passed out. You are awake and everyone's talking with you. And there's like a few doctors that are around. There's 4 doctors and 3 nurses. It's like yes. 2 of the doctors are eyeing your prosthetics very interestingly.
I try to, what's the word I'm looking for? Subtly check to see if my equipment's on me or if I've been disarmed.
It's at your bedside. It is all there.
Okay. So arms reach.
One of the other doctors kind of smiles at you and kind of says, "Oh," and he pulls up his robe sleeve, and you see that he has a prosthetic arm similar to your prosthetic legs.
Time to flip a coin here. Okay. So worry from the moment vanishes as ooh, going in on that. Oh, do you want to? Where did you get this? Did you do this yourself?
The doctor tries to talk to you, and some of the stuff is mixed with some speech you can understand, and some with speech that it's like moon speak. You can make out a few words here and there. He actually has some red adorned robes himself.
Okay, so he looks like he's from this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as he tries to talk to you in moon speak, we're now going over to Dalashi.
Okay.
Dalashi, you are over on a side. You kind of wake up and you kind of have your hands at your head, and you're sitting at a table. And you look about you, and you just see other people who are eating there. And it's a mess hall of sorts. It looks like it looks like a train cart too. It looks like a dining cart. And you kind of look about you, and you do see the rest of the group is there as well. They're sitting over on an end aisle. Some have like a bit of food on their faces, and they're like, Mordecai has food, and he kind of just looks like he's in a food coma right now. And like other people are just kind of resting. You see that Eris is there. She's kind of sitting right beside Mordecai. Gareth has his hands above his head and is just kind of sleeping. And then so is Ross. Ross actually has his head tilt down, his arms crossed, and he's sitting over on the side.
Classic.
And someone actually comes over to you. It's your father. Your father comes over. Yeah. He comes over and he's like, "Oh, it took you long enough to find me? In what a place. Here, I picked out some of your favorites. Eat, you must be hungry."
Delashi's just kind of like speechless and like doesn't know what's going on. Like too good to be true, it feels like.
Oh, come on. Hey, You still got that book?
I do.
I see it's served you well. I'm glad, I'm glad I could put some knowledge to leave you with. I'm sorry for my abrupt leaving, but hey, we have a bit. Let's chat. Tell me, you're here. What have you been doing? Like, I see you have I see you have my old whip. Like, man. And he sits down beside you and kind of ruffles your hair, and he just kind of hugs you. And over to the side, and you two start to enjoy a nice plate together. And you start telling him about your story.
Aw.
Now we're going over to Gareth. Gareth, you are in the uppermost cabin.
First class.
First class cabin. You wake up and you overhear, like, there's also the same situation. There's the rest of your allies are kind of just passed out on side areas, either in a chair, on another sorting of beds. You actually see in your vision, kind of pulling at Mordecai's shirt is Eris, and kind of resting right there beside him. It's kind of cute.
Hashtag nailed it.
Oh my god.
Let me pull your character up and over. Up in your cabin, you hear someone asking around, Is he here? Is he here? And it's a very familiar voice. And then you hear footsteps, like opening of doors, open and close, open and close, open and close, and finally gets to yours, and bursting through the doors is your lost loved one.
No.
And she just
Nope.
comes right on in, and you just see tears streaming down her face as she just like falls right on towards you, and like you see her collapse almost on the ground.
I'm gonna catch her, but I just
She's
just
like,
gotta take
I'm-
a moment.
she babbles, and she's like, they mentioned that there was people who from other places, and I thought I was alone here, and she just starts taking breaths, and she's starting hyperventilating, and you feel her shake beside you.
He just kind of like holds her close, and he doesn't even know what to say at this point because mentally he's like, "This isn't real. I was just on a ghost train. Like this."
This feel, you can smell familiarity. You can see her as she was. You're holding her in your arms. Everything feels pretty real to you.
He just kind of just takes her, just holds her close, and just quietly says, I'm fine. I'm here.
All right.
I'm alright."
And now we're going to go over to our final one. We're going to go over to Vrost. Vrost, you wake up. And you actually you're up against a wall, and you start putting your face against your hand against your face, and you're like groggy, being like, and you hear the sound of footsteps, and he's like, Vrost, you okay? And you look up, and you see Bane. You see Zivelin Bane himself, and he's like, hey, we're worried about you. Are you okay?
Instinctively, Ross is gonna feel for his guns.
Your guns are there.
Okay, so takes a minute,
Vrost.
clears his vision, sort of wipes his eyes. Where am I?
Hey, you did good. Hey, to look around you. You open up your eyes. You could see that there's a huge defeated monster over in one corner. The rest of your crew is kind of getting patched up. You see some of the other Bane members like taking them, putting them up on their shoulders and being like, all right, come on, you'll be all right, you'll be all right. And the whole scene about you is a thrashed cart. And you are the only one standing right there. Like, everyone else has either gone down, and it's just you, Bane, and the rest of the other Bane members who've come in to assist. And Bane looks at you, and even though his mask is covered, you could see he's kind of smirking. You see his cheeks raised a bit. I should have left this in your hands. I can tell. Iris was, I'm sorry about Iris's quick judgment. But you did well. And with what we got here...
Question.
Yeah.
Knowing how familiar Vrost is with Bane and the rest of the crew,
Yep.
what kind of details would he look and notice, wait a second, that's not right. That's out of place. You wouldn't say that.
I would absolutely love to give this to you because I was expecting this for you, friend. But you rolled a -1.
Just as blind can be.
You were pretty glad, friend, to see Bane right here. And you see Bane like take you up over, and he's like, "Hey," and he pulls you over, and you just see a mound of treasure. You see moonstones littered at the side. You see, actually, he brought over a pistol of his own, and he's like, "Hey, like, all right, so one of the reasons why I wanted to send you on this mission," and he pulls you over to the side, and you kind of see him like motion over to the rest of the Bane members, and the Bane members take the rest of the party and start patching them up back towards a farther end. I'll move them over. Let's go, Bane members. They move over to the other side, and they give you privacy with Bane, as he's requested. It's like, "Hey, you've helped me in many missions. You've helped me in that Valuan revolution. We got out, we got our people safe. We've done a lot together." And he pulls you over to the side, making sure his back is turned to the rest of the Bane members, and he pulls down his mask, and you see his face for the first time. And he looks at you, and you know this is an honor, because he never shows his face to anyone. And he's just like, "Look, you've risen up the ranks. You've done a lot of hard work for our members. Now, I think I might have found someone I could pass the Bane title to." And you know that look of realization in his eyes. You see he's wanting to pass on the legacy to you, friend. He wants to have you lead.
Baron can't help but feel a sense of joy in his chest. Just a swells and almost gets tears in his eyes as he sits there and studies Bane's face, taking in what he can.
I need everyone to roll me another will save.
Round 2.
Round 2, let's go. If you want to add or to spend points for your aspects, you can use it here.
I actually would, because knowing Farron's history with the crew...
Mama, I have a mic right now. Stop. I heard you outside. Oh, sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I can hear you, friend.
Sorry.
Welcome
Knowing
back.
the crew all too well, he would have inspected the more common features of Bane more than enough times.
Did I see a
Memorize the
reroll on that,
details.
Mordecai?
You did not.
Okay, never mind. Keep going, Ross. Sorry.
So yes, because he's part of the ship, part of the crew, like that background, he's
Mhm.
very like almost to a point of like it's like the back of his hand, really. Like he knows Bane. He knows what Bane wears, what
Yep.
marks they may have from previous battles, whether it be like scars or mannerisms. Like it's just he's been that close with Bane at all this time.
Yep.
So he's at the reroll.
You are allowed one reroll, friend.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Big numbers. Big numbers.
And we're going to go in reverse order now. Now we're going to go Vrost into
Sorry about that, guys.
Vrost, Gareth, then Delashi, and then Mordecai. Oof. Nice, Delashi.
I don't know how I got a 6. Sorry about that. I thought I muted myself earlier.
You good?
Not a problem. All right. So Vrost, that's your secondary roll. Done. Is anyone else re-rolling? I need to know this now.
I want to, but I can't because of my trouble.
yeah, friend.
I'm kind of in the same boat, honestly. My interest has been piqued because take it away for just a second. Like that's my first time ever seeing that level of prosthetics in someone that's not me, right?
Yep, you are absolutely right, friend.
Curiosity may have killed the cat, but it hasn't gotten me yet. That's my trouble.
All right, so we're going to continue with Vrost and go back in that. So Vrost, Gareth, Delashi, Mordecai. Vrost, you kind of feel something pull at you. It's a nagging feeling. Like you want this, but you feel like it wouldn't be right here. It wouldn't be right now. You kind of wanna. I'll give you a moment to rebuttal Bane's offer. What are you going to say to Bane?
As much as this would be an honor, I know it's not you. You will not do this in private. You do this in front of everybody. You are not Bane. And from there, I start blasting.
you start to fight him. All right. Roll me will. No, don't roll me will. So blast 2. I'm going to come back to that. That is going to be. We're going to put a pin in that right there, and that's what you do.
All right.
All right, Gareth. Or sorry, yeah, Gareth. Gareth, we're over here now. Up here in the corner. Oof, and you got negative.
Don't touch me, don't look at me, just skip me. I can't do shit with this -1.
-1. You still get something. You do take 1 point of mental strain.
Of course I.
So you take 1 will. So it's 1 physical stress of will. It is mental stress. So you'll take 1 point of mental stress. Done.
What color was that? Green? Blue?
It was blue. So blue is mental stress, and then red is physical stress. So for those of you who are in the chat too, I'll be making sure they're marked. You still have 1, so I'm going to enter that. So there we go. As she is sobbing and crying into you, she's like, I was lost. I was lost for some time. I was wandering. I didn't really know where to go, and then this train passed over, and the only thing that you have that seems off is she specifically tells you a train went over Valua, and it picked me up. After that explosion happened, I don't know anything else. I don't remember. I miss you. And then we're going to move on from that scene. We go, huh?
I said good, I can do it. I don't like situations like those are very awkward. So
Not a problem. All right, so we go over to Delashi. Delashi, holy shit with a 6. You get another. You get one card for the 6.
Yay!
So, flashy, done, deal. Your father laughs a bit, and he takes a big sigh. Delashi, we will meet, but it's not right now. Trust me, I'm out there, and I might not know that you're looking for me, but I'm happy that you are. I'll see you in my dreams. Stay good, kid, alright? And you see your father actually picks you up, and you finish your meal, and he kind of points you over to your friends, and he kind of gives you a big hearty shove, and you go over to them, and then you black back out.
Wow, what a visit.
I'm going to give you a bit more on the talk, because with that roll you will learn a few things, but I'm going to give things that people learn. If you would like to be private, they will be private, because I know you have your in-character stuff and your out-of-character stuff, and if you would like to share them with your friends, by all means, please share them with your friends.
Okay.
So you did successfully wake up from this whole endeavor. I am not calling it a nightmare. I'm definitely calling it an endeavor.
Okay.
You see that he actually, one more thing before that shove, he actually takes his book that you have and he writes more things in it and he closes it. And when you wake up, you'll find that there's stuff written.
Oh, okay.
So we're now going over to Mordecai. Mordecai, you were talking with the doctors.
I'm happily comparing notes.
You got a 0?
Yeah.
Okay, friend. They try to tell you some stuff in language that you can comprehend, but what you actually see, they do chime over to the nurses. One of the nurses comes over, and she kind of shows you. She's actually a Sylvialite nurse.
Okay.
And she actually brings out her partner. And the partner goes over, and you see a scene at the far corner or far opposite end that as soon as I can do this thing, far opposite end, that there are kind of other machinations right over there as well. It kind of looks really weird because it looks like it shouldn't be a part of the train itself. It almost looks like it's somewhere else. No, you know how there's sometimes dimensional rifts. Like there's just kind of fabrics like tears.
Okay.
You kind of see a tear in your kind of vision, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And you see something play out. You see someone who's in a chamber themselves, and you see them getting these prosthetics.
Oh boy.
And then the tear kind of wipes away, and you just see the back. You actually just see the slime, and it's almost like it wasn't there. It was there, but then it wasn't. It looked definitely off. It didn't look like it was part of the train, but the rest of the, I want to say, doctors and nurses, they look over and they're actually behind that tear, and they're showing you, oh hey, here are some things that we have, and they kind of bring you over and they show you how to repair certain technology. They like, hey, take a look at this, and he pops his arm off and he shows you some of its inner workings.
Okay. I do have to ask, did this scene seem very personally familiar that I saw? Like when I was getting mine? Was that me?
You felt a pain, but
Mm,
that was really it.
okay. Well, that's all I can ask for of a 0, I suppose.
Actually, here, roll me notice.
Okay. Also, before I roll this,
Mm-hmm.
is my eye doing anything strange?
Your eye it's doing something very strange, and I'm glad you finally asked about that. It doesn't react at all.
Oh. Ooh. And we're like with
If
Sylviolite technology in particular,
with
I
everything
expect
that's
it
going
to.
around, yes, you're.
And was it acting up before the blackout? Because I did forget to ask there.
It was acting up before the blackout, and I will let you know when after you do this roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to continue with some music.
This is notice.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Let's see.
You said
Thank
notice
you.
part?
Yes, roll me a notice, friend. I will give you either a +2 to one thing. You can either take a +2 to your will, or you could take a +2 to that notice roll, because you remembered about your eye, and that is a thing that is clawing at the back of your brain, that is pulling past what's being seen.
And this notice was in regards to what again?
That notice was in regards to the scene, the vision that you saw.
Okay. And just throwing this one out there. Gaze of the False Side normally gives me a bonus to notice an investigation to detect certain types of technology.
Yes, but there's no technology about.
Yeah. So. Okay, I'll take the +2 for this.
+2 for the notice?
Yeah, I'd rather 2 than a 0 here.
It was actually you in that chamber, and there was someone else there. There was someone else in a similar chamber, but they looked fully, like, it looked like a full body was mechanized.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna bookmark that one for later, and I guess go take advantage to learn about complicated machines from people who speak in Moon.
Moonspeak, let's go!
Moonspeak workshop. Here we go.
All right, done. I'm going to go back to that. Dalashi is awake. Dalashi, you are up, and I'm going to do you first because you are the first one awake. So I'm changing the order a bit here slightly. You being the first one awake. Let me hide this. Done. You wake up and you're in a room. You can hear a large whir, like an engine almost, and machines. You also notice the rest of your group passed out there beside you as well. What are you doing, Dalashi?
I'd like to try to wake them up.
All right, how are you going to wake them up?
Well, you say that they're like passed out.
They're passed out. They're breathing. Let me also move Eris here as well.
I was about to ask.
Yep. And there's Eris. Are you waking them up, friend? Are you going to just try to go for the hello, or are you going to try to do some finagling here?
I'd first like to just who's like I just want to like who's nearest me?
Nearest you would be Eris, Mordecai. Like you're kind of in the center almost.
Okay, all right.
You're kind of just all piled in together.
I will I guess just reach over and go to wake up Mordecai and like shake him a little bit and be like, wake up.
All right, so you want to try to wake up Mordecai.
Yeah.
I need you to roll me empathy, and
Okay.
I need Mordecai to roll me will.
I'm rolling what?
Roll me will, Mordecai.
Will.
Yep.
Standard roll.
Oh,
he
God.
he kind of flails about in his sleep and then goes back to normal. Damn.
Oh, you have a suggestion for how to wake us up in chat, don't you?
Oh. Are there some background shenanigans going on?
So someone chimed in chat.
Oh, who chimed in chat? All right.
Oh.
Wow, Chingonius.
What? Oh, what did he say?
He said tickle their nips.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Of course he.
Of course he would. So you can try once more with one other person. And are you trying the same way or are you trying something different?
I'm going to go for Gareth this time.
Okay.
Because Gareth can actually roll well.
Hey!
Oh, that was me taking that personally.
And I'm just gonna try a normal way, because, yeah, I'm just gonna try a normal way. So,
All right. The
just the
normal
same
is
way that I did
non-magical.
before. Yes, non-magical.
Or
Exactly. I
non-limit.
don't want to hurt anybody. I don't.
I will also
trust-
suggest too. You do have a limit break.
What did you say?
You do have your limit break right now. You have 5
It's
cards.
just a
It's a
buff?
buff.
Whoa.
It's a party buff.
Okay. All right.
As you give a buff to everyone, and this is regardless of
That's true.
circumstance. So, what better way to pull people out of their dreams than give them a better dream to wake up in?
Okay. All right. I'll
It's
use
a
my No, I that's a good idea. Yeah, I want to use it.
All right. Roll me magic. I'm just taking these 3.
You're stealing my cards.
Yeah, because I'm taking away the points.
No
You're
way.
using the points.
I can't
Wow.
take it.
Give me those cards.
Don't touch
Okay.
me, that's my purse.
Okay, you can take them. I'll say yes.
Well,
sometime.
all right. I can't redo it until you say it. Or I think you have to give it to, or play the cards at the very least.
How do I do that?
You just click on the cards themselves.
Ugh.
It should give you an option. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Just roll me magic. Oh, you already fought.
I rolled, yeah.
All right. So you put your hands together, and they, like in wonderful Full Metal Alchemist style, you feel the glow on both your right and left hands. The moonstone crystals merged or pull together their energies and cascade around you. A whole wave. And unlike before, this whole train cart that you're in right now looks old, and you instead weave a new reality almost around you. You pull. Give me what type of scene that you would pull around you. What kind of environment are you pulling your allies into?
I'm thinking like a relaxing like spring.
Relaxing spring? All right.
Mhm.
What was your happy place?
A nice happy place.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me any more details?
Just I don't know, just like very like you said, happy place, like very relaxing and soothing.
Okay. I'll go with that then. I'll give you the bonus this time, but if you can provide a better scene for me next time you use this move, I might give you a better bonus. Everyone, instead of the normal +1, now gets the +2. So everyone on your next few rolls, at least while you're in this area, you will gain a +2 to that roll. All right, so Gareth, you're up. Roll me roll. Oh yeah, you did roll Will already, right?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. All right, roll me Will, Gareth. I'm going to go individual rolls this time instead of all together.
The dice
Gareth.
are rigged.
Gareth,
The dice
Oof.
are rigged.
All right,
This time.
you have an option because
Disappointed.
that technically counts as a 0. You can spend another fate point.
I got 6 of them.
All right, spend your fate point.
Do it again, man. All right, there we go.
All right, so it's a 3. What the?
Is that your happy place,
What the
Delashi?
fuck?
That's some motivation music right
Did
there.
that come from mine? I'm sorry. I don't know.
That's someone's happy place. Happy thought. Happy thought.
The fuck?
Did your Gareth's loved one? Yeah, she kind of takes a deep breath and says, "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I will be fine. It'll be okay. You'll know where to find me. I'll see you again." And she kind of gives you a kiss, and you also black out. And you wake up, and you see over as Delashi has their hands together, and you see the whole area around you is changed. And you wake up, you see some of the areas, a nice spring, a nice, like, foresty type area that you've woken up in. There's a little bit of the train, and you kind of piece together, like, as you come to the realization, oh, yes, Delashi did this before, that's right. Okay, wake up. And you come to the realization of everything that just happened. And then something rings in your ear, specifically all the words that your loved one said.
They're just sitting there after that slow realization, just looks around and then looks down and just sits there with his hands in his head, just shaking his head like, why of all things?
Up to Vrost. Vrost, you're next. Hey Vrost, roll me will.
All right, rolling a will.
Ooh, I'm making great timing on this. All right, perfect.
Wait.
All right, friend, you get a +2 to that. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you do, friend. You look up and you see Bane, and he's also like, I guess even they couldn't pull one over past you. All right, and he takes those shots into him, and you see his form somewhat dissipate as he still looks at you, and he kind of smirks and laughs. I was right to trust you. Go give him hell. And you just hear him kind of laugh as his form kind of fades and you black out. And you wake up. Again, same situation. You see Delashi with their hands put together, and you see the area around you change. You see now Gareth also is woken up. You're finally waking up, and you look at the other two who are still trying to wake up. You kind of piece
In
together.
a panic, I pull out my guns and point them like, just absolutely like trying to gather if this is real or if this is another one of those dreams.
Delashi, Gareth, are either of you saying anything to him?
I just kind of reach out and just put my hands on his guns and just slowly push them down and then just go back to myself. And Gareth's not dealing with much right now. Gareth's in an emotional trauma. Don't talk to him. Leave me alone.
He's sensitive.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to my dice.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
All right, last up, Mordecai. Mordecai, welcome, friend. Roll me another will.
So anyway, this ball building, I decided for the mount.
Moonspeak.
Shit.
Flirtatious
Shit, Will.
nurse laughter. Moonspeak.
Oh yes. Wink. Wink wonk. Standard roll. It's like we're flying by in a tube.
See, look how many people you saved, Delashi.
Thanks,
Look at how many people you saved with this one action.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that came in clutch.
I saved everyone. You're welcome.
Thanks Nalashi is gonna be like the thanks Obama of this campaign.
You notice some of the one of them in particular, one of the doctors looks at you and he pulls you over to the side. And it is the other Nasirian doctor, and he has his arm back in his socket and whatnot, and he's like, "Brethren, family, from Temple of Pyron to Nasir, these are not the sands you should be walking, friend. It's time to wake up now."
Have I heard of the Temple of Pyron before?
Roll me lore.
Sure. Where's my... It's not a 0.
Ooh,
That's a total of 5.
it's a total of 5. You've heard of the Temple of Pyron. The Temple of Pyron is one of the lost civilization temples, and there has been many a talk among the Nasirians about it. How it houses a few things, some lost ramblings, maybe even a pharaoh or two. But it is definitely ringing in your mind, friend. It is a place of interest. But he taps you, and your eyes black out, and you wake up again with the rest of the crew. And give me 1 second. Eris also wakes up.
Socket. Spring coil.
About the same time. You kind of feel like her tug at you as well, as she kind of as you are also the one to wake up, and she kind of pulls at your clothing a bit and is like, oh, okay. And she also looks at Delashi, and she kind of looks about and says something in Moonspeak, and says thank you to Delashi.
I'm so happy Moonspeak is the official title.
It can't be called anything else.
Y'all coming at me with that Moonspeak.
With that Moonspeak.
I'm gonna continue.
So Eris is wonderfully thanking you, and then like in different languages, or in her language. And Delashi, you hear one word in particular in a certain language, and then go back to normal.
Okay.
Everyone else, you are all up. You are all here. You hear machines whirring a bit. You're like the hum of some technology, an engine of sorts. You are in a somewhat spacious room, and it looks like there's some effects in there as far as maintenance equipment. What are you doing?
Well,
Aside from get your bearings straight, wake up, interact how you would like to interact, and how's everyone feeling from that?
glad it wasn't just me this time. I'm guessing that just about everybody looks pretty shook. How does Eris look, since we didn't get any kind of out of character experience of her?
Eris looks surprisingly calm, but at the same time inward.
Okay.
And just rolled for her.
I'm gonna look through her real quick. Is that a rattle my head around a little bit? A normal feature of the train?
Half normal. Half normal.
Really?
Yeah.
It's surprising.
It's a defensive mechanism for robbers and thieves. It shows you something that you desire, but it was also different. It had and in some moon speak she says some other stuff.
Smiling and nodding.
And then she realizes and is like, it felt like there was something else at work there. Be it nice, be it foreboding, I know I felt the presence of the moons. And the moons seek to guide us. And she kind of goes inward into a chant.
I'm gonna whip out my handy-dandy notebook real quick. Do I remember any of like the mechanical details that were described to me?
You remember a little bit.
Okay.
A
Whatever I think I could have garnered from that, I'm gonna scribble that down.
Not
and
a-
look at that later.
Not a problem. I will let you know that outside later. I'll put it actually in your private message.
Sweet.
Anyone else? Delashi? Gareth?
Very slowly put my guns away.
You realize you're among friends.
Thank you for not shooting me. Considering I just saved your ass.
Yes. Delashi is really good at the happy magic.
Oh, the happy
We're
mess.
not gonna talk about that time I made everybody high. We're not gonna talk about that.
You just talked about it, but okay.
Let's take a minute, get ourselves together, finish this fucking mission, and then get the fuck up out of here.
Speaking of, what does Bane usually? How do I put this? What constitutes enough to bring back for him to be satisfied here? You know him best.
I can let you know as a GM to your character's spec. Honestly, any findings, any information is the most valuable thing to Bane. And this is what Rost will relay to you. Technology is fine, well and good. It gets a high price and it gets you some more beneficial boons. If we can bring back tech, we can bring back tech. If we can bring back moonstones, we can bring back moonstones. Information is on his top priority, but aside from that, anything else is just gains that he might trade you for.
On that note, Mark, I'm jotting something down for me to try to remember, but just in case I don't and you do, if we're going out the way we came in, before we leave, if we're not, running for dear life from something, I'm gonna try to pick apart one of those
Unless
cryo
someone
chambers.
blows a hole through the goddamn train.
I don't know what you're referring to,
Then
Mark.
you
Glares
should be
into Lashi.
going back the way you came.
Okay. I didn't want to like. Oh, hey, hi! You've been trapped in here for who the fuck knows how long. Could you scooch over so I could take your pot apart? Like, I didn't want to do that
Jeez.
immediately, but on the way out.
Wow.
That's for later.
Well, done and done. Gareth, are you sure you don't want to chime up with anything else?
I thought I stated my case. Leave me alone.
Yep, you are inward as fuck, friend. You all notice. I'm gonna put you here on the spot a little bit.
No.
Ooh.
I love you, friend. All right. You get out this one. The crew does take
seeing how
notice that out of everyone, the one who is the most shaken up is Gareth. He has
Okay.
requested to be left alone for a moment, but you all
Okay.
strongly take notice that he has cold sweats, he has tears.
If we're all just kind of like chilling in a circle, getting our bearings on the floor here, I'm just gonna take a deep breath and reach into my back pouch and produce a flask.
Alcohol, let's go.
Yeah. Screw the top off, pour myself some, take a sip, and just hand the whole rest of it to Gareth.
Gareth just eyes kind of like glazed over, just glances at it, takes it half-heartedly, takes a small swig, and then hands it back with an ever so slight nod.
But, actual serious look on Mordecai instead of like the usual like shit-eating grin. Like, solemn nod back. It's like, okay, not gonna bug you about it. And then after that moment passes, he kind of like casually looks at the rest of the group and just raises the flask, but offering it up.
Eris looks at the glass a little confused, and then kind of sees the gesture and be like, okay, I think I know. And then she, if anyone else wants to do it first, then she will go last for it.
There's enough for everyone.
Shake my head.
Go ahead.
Nope. Mm-mm. Messes my vision too much. Wait till after.
All right. So neither of you two drink. Or Delashi, do you take?
Delashi wants to take a sip.
All
Yes.
right. Delashi takes a swig, and then Eris will take a swig after.
In regards to Frost's comment, professional. I can respect that. When we get back on the ship, I have something a little stronger stored there.
All right.
Mordecai's ready.
If you all are ready, there's a door right next to you.
I was in charge of supplying the ship, and I promise you, he thought of that.
Good.
He did supply the ship pretty well. We still need to have that out of character, friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Whenever you get the chance, you have your own private channel. We'll go about stocking the ship and whatever you wanted to do as far as looking for, knowing what the hell the ship is made out of, what kind of trinkets are there, craftsmanship, toolkits. You do know that Iris actually supplied both you and Gareth a means of like a workshop. It's only one. It's a one-person or two-person workshop that you both will have to share, but you'll have something if you want to craft or do things on your ship.
Okay.
Anyway, as for that, your group is free to leave this section and proceed on when you are ready.
Okay. On that note, I'm actually gonna. I can still hear, but I'm gonna BRB from the mic real quick.
Okay.
Run to the bathroom, grab a drink, fun stuff.
All right.
Mordecai autopilot engage.
How about this? We'll take a quick 4-minute break. If you need to use the bathroom, get a drink of water, whatever you need, we'll resume at 45. Because there's a big part coming up, and all hands on deck would be appreciated.
Woo!
Also, Dark Crew out of character. I actually really do appreciate the professionalism comment. That was actually a really good touch.
That's just how Frost is, man. That's just how he is.
Good shit, man.
There you go.
All right, perfect.
And now this gives me a time to look at the chat and look at everything else. So hello, friends. Hey, John Lewis. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to the stream. We're still going. We're taking a quick break for everyone else to use the bathroom, do whatever they need to. I was making sure I was focused on the game and less on the chat. I hope you have enjoyed so far into this little adventure our crew has found themselves in. And now I can see you. Hey, Garen, you have internet. Congratulations. I'm glad your internet's back up and running. I'm going to read back over the chat. Chingonius, you're right. Rip for them. A+ for that entrance for Mordecai. Congrats on that A+ entrance. Dark Crew, done. Deal. There we go. Chingonius with the trolling. I love you, friend. Took till 2 a.m. Jeez. I am sorry, Garen. I hope you guys are enjoying this this first time streaming D&D. I hope you enjoy. I'm sorry if I jump around a little bit. I try to keep on focus as much as possible, but I am very bad at that. So a little bit of the jumping in between characters actually helped that out. I'm glad you've been enjoying. Thank you very much for that. Oh man, so we will continue into the rest of the train in about 2 minutes when everyone is back and ready to go. Our crew has been to primarily all the cabins, have worked their way through this ghost train, seen what it has to offer, have found a bit of trinkets and technology, moonstone crystals, all the like, and they even found a Sylviite who is sleeping within one of the stasis pods. in the sleeping cabins. So what next is in store for them? Well, we'll find out and have fun. I want to give a big shout out to Husband and Wife Stream, and also a lot of my Discord friends for putting me up to this. I specifically name drop Husband and Wife Stream because their D&D streams with God Mode have inspired me to try to be better at doing stuff like this, try to be better at storytelling, try to be better at D&D-esque antics and shenanigans. And it's honestly thanks to Delashi for this one too, because I was ready to give more people negatives. All right, hey, you take a mental damage, you take a mental damage, you take a mental damage. But way to come in clutch there, Delashi. Good job. And sorry, there's me jumping around tangents again. But yeah, it's thanks to Husband Wife Stream, their co-streams, their partner streams. Watching them do their stuff, I was able to piece this together and try to do one myself. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we will have more fun in just a moment.
Also, shout out to Mark. He's doing a fantastic job DMing.
No,
I mean,
friend.
yeah.
Especially over the internet, because, like, allow me. Okay, so I'm not a super experienced DM, but I've DM'd a couple games and I have a decent campaign going right now. But I've only done a few things over the internet. It is hard as fuck. It is so much harder to stay focused. It's so much harder to read your players when you can't see their faces. Mark's doing a really good job.
Damn you! Damn you!
That I will say, I mean, I have like over 20 years of experience playing D&D all throughout multiple systems. I've done quite a bit, and I have to say, like, playing through Roll20 and not physically seeing your players, but still providing a great narrative and giving the opportunity for them to interact and do as their characters were, I think is definitely like a very good thing, and he's killing it.
Damn you all! Damn you!
I'll also say it's kind of a hard party comp for an online stream, because Gareth is like, you look in the dictionary, introvert, quiet, and there's a fucking picture right there.
Yep.
And Delashi is kind of like hanging in the balance between like Gareth and Mordecai. I'm a chatty bastard anyway, so I'll just go off, and I feel bad sometimes because I feel like I like talk over people, but I just want to fill with silence.
And I've said numerous times, go for it. Like, I don't.
It's easier to do when I could see your face and kind of get that like silent, like, okay, my turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I like pulling you guys into the fray, and like, even though I have moments for each of your characters that I'm like, all right, hey, this is a time to shine. Let's get you to shine.
And that's good. That's a good DM thing.
Thank
That's
you.
a very good DM thing.
Thank you, Chigonius. Thank you, everybody. Enough of the praise for me. Let's get back into this. Yeah. Kick down the door of praise. Let's go.
Make it a sweet, fat, like.
What the fuck? Damn you. Damn you, bastard. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright. Alright. So, your group now up, recuperated. The buff is still lingering. It's still lingering for a bit longer. You notice that Delashi's kind of alteration of the landscape is proceeding a bit out into the corridor, and at least for whatever area you are viewing, I'll put a marker for it, you will have a buff in this area. And that might be very important in a second.
Hint.
Can I finally shoot something?
Give me 1 second.
Are we gonna?
Oh, you want to shoot something?
With their own arm?
Huh?
Are we gonna finally smack skeletons with their own arms again? Like...
Again.
Wait, what?
Oh my god, I forgot.
Oh, yes. So they literally last session too, they ripped the arms off of the skeletons and beat them with it.
I'm so proud of you.
that was all Frost.
That was indeed Rost.
I'm so proud of you.
he was getting grabbed too much by the skeleton. So he's like, you know what? Here, give me those hands. And then he gave those hands right back.
Catch these hands, boy.
Actually, I'm going to extend that a little further.
That's brilliant.
There. That's the last of it right there. So the area that you see that's marked in purple will be where Delashi's, we'll call it aura for right now, has changed the landscape. You see above you on the ceiling though, the ceiling still looks like train. And you can still hear the rest of the train.
That's a fair point. Can we, by any stretch of the imagination, tell what kind of car we're in? Whether it's one of like the quote present day or like past cars?
It looks like a past car. Or no, sorry, present day car. Present day car.
Okay, is my eye going off?
Your eye is going off. Your eye actually is pinging pretty decently towards, I guess, the front of the car.
Subtle question.
Yep.
Does it seem to be pinging off on Eris? Can I tell, or is there too much overload in the area right now?
There's a little too much overload in the area right now.
Okay.
You kind of feel something from her, but not right now.
Okay. Revisit that later. So if that's the case, you guys see, after we're all kind of like shifting and getting our bearings, Mordecai a couple times like puts his hand up to his head like he has a headache over his eye. Tries to shake it off. And once everyone looks like they're ready to go, he'll stand up. Well then, shall we?
Eris chimes up. I think we're in the I think we're at the lead car.
Oh, and you said you wanted to speak to the captain?
Yes, Captain Matthias.
Captain Matthias.
Yeah, he's a Sylviolite like myself.
What was the threat?
Yes, he helped work on this train. Yeah, he should be able to tell us more, to do more. We should go to him.
It occurs to me, Eris. We have a calm moment. What exactly is your occupation? What do you do? If you don't mind me asking.
All right, give me one quick second.
If now's not the time, then that's understandable. I just thought occurred to me.
I need you to roll me empathy, friend. Or roll me rapport, because you have that. Damn.
Yeah, boy.
Does my buff apply to that?
We are in the zone. And okay, hold on. Hear me out. That
Oh my god.
because of the +2 buff and my wink walk.
She
Hit you with that sweet ass 10.
She was going to tell you something else. And she...
But then she looked up and she's like, oh no, he's hot!
Oof. Alright.
You're weighing his option. That was the closest thing you get to a natural 20 in face.
Yeah, you're right. You basically got a massive critical success there, friend.
Thank you, Delash. Thanks, Delash.
For the natural 6 though, I'll give you a fate card. Or for Mordecai.
I'm your wingman, Mordecai.
Hey.
I mean, Jesus.
She should just ask you to marry her right now.
Opportunity wasted.
Well, and she kind of puts a hand on your chest. She's like, well, I'm not much. I was actually something of a princess of sorts.
Not much.
And And she kind of tries to play it off. It's like it's a minor family. It's a branch family. But yes, I was supposed to. And as she goes to say that, she does get decently close to you, kind of trying to confide in you. You hear the sound of something trailing and walking its way towards you. And you hear large, pounding footsteps.
Just gonna drop a Sir Uwu in the chat.
Is anyone out in the main area? I have Eris kind of right there, but for the most part, you kind of are inside. If anyone peeks out the door, you do notice that the lights are actually all on in this cabin, or in this particular section of the train. And that's...
Yeah, I just kind of peek out.
You peek out?
Mm-hmm.
As you peek out the door, you see a large golem-like slime. And you see it,
guys?
you see it parade around in there. It makes its way, and it's going from section to section, checking up on the engines, checking up on the carts. It slams open a door, throws its arm in, clicks a few things, goes down, slams its arm against the door, clicks a few things down, goes over to the next door, and you hear boom, boom, boom.
Dadashi, what was that?
There might be a huge slime golem in the hallway.
Look back to Eris. Is that to be expected? Is this trouble?
That might be Matthias's.
That might be Matthias himself.
No. He's a fairly I wouldn't say frail, but fairly lanky man. And then again, all right, quick question. I need everyone to roll me notice.
Notice.
Oof.
Oh,
+2s
Gareth.
for everybody.
That is +2s.
Ayy.
All right, done. Everyone notices and quickly moves out of the way as the golem comes in and over towards the door, slams open both sides of the door, and you see his arms go in, grab a few things, and then pull themselves out, almost smacking a few of you.
Oh, jeez.
And then he goes back down towards the other side.
Suppose don't teach us things how to knock.
So,
That, and you see Eris is really like looking about and like, okay, we should, and she kind of steps out to kind of look at it and look down the row,
Careful, Eris.
and like she sees the rest of it, and she kind of says, well,
Cutting out a bit.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, good friends. There we go. As she steps out, she's like, I think we might have a problem. And she kind of gestures for other people to come into the lobby and to see as she's pointing. And you see, for anyone who steps out into the main hallway, as the silver slime golem goes into different corridors and out of them, you see just a ghost of a figure. It's a collection of wisps around like one right there in the front.
You might need to move your camera pan a little bit more up and right to catch that full cabin.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you. There we go. and you see a whirl of energy between like certain machines that are down there. You see them all tight, compact, knit towards the end. Electricity just kind of shooting in and out of different panels. And what you could probably assume is Matthias.
But like the ghostly image.
The ghostly image of him. And he even fades in and out for anyone who is standing in, who does go out to the main lobby area. It's bigger than it seems. I would say it's 2 panels wide. Unfortunately for the scaling of this, I couldn't make it more. So he goes in between of, you see him old, you see him old and ghostly, and then you see him younger, and you see kind of the front half of the car change. The car itself even clicks, ta-tung, ta-tung, and the rest of it now changes. It's now it now looks new, like ancient new, not new.
Current.
It no longer looks current, it looks ancient technology.
Okay.
Correction on that one.
Adjectives are hard.
Yes, those. Eris quickly ducks over into the other side cart as well. There's another room that she looks like she can take a bit of refuge in.
I'm gonna follow her since I said I was gonna do that.
Okay.
So
she also holds the door open for you and kind of gestures.
Oh, I could probably move my damn self.
I can't move everybody. Feel free.
No, my
to...
mouse is actually screwing up.
Oh, okay. All right, I can.
So click and drag is sometimes a hard thing for me.
Oh, you can just click and move with the arrows.
What?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I had no idea you could do that.
Well, now you know. Now you can click and move with arrows.
Quick, run laps.
So yes, friends, yes, take off.
What are you doing? You see that the golem is making its rounds back and forth.
I can only assume at this point in our lovely train adventure that the golem is going to be a problem. And you still need to speak to this man?
I would like to. I don't. And she seems very unsure of herself. Like, I don't know what I could do.
Well, here, let me just pull out my 2 pistols.
Oh, no.
I handle a golem. You get past it. Y'all handle the big man up front.
You sure you don't need any assistance?
I mean, sooner or later I will. Preferably sooner than later.
I would get Eris to the front.
All right. So we going a 2 and 2 man squad with 1 in the back.
I'll hang back with Frost.
All right, done. Turn order is going to go like this. It's going to go with decide amongst yourselves who's going first, and then the golem will go last. I'm going to do turn order like this because the golem is going to be on his mission.
I mean, I can go first. Get out there, start throwing shots.
All right, so just establish a turn order for me.
Okay.
So it's going to be Vrost and Delashi.
Yeah.
All right, Vrost and Delashi, then Gareth, Mordecai, and Eris.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Before we start, I'm going to turn to Eris. Well, Princess, do you have any combat experience? Are you used to a fight at all?
She chuckles a bit and says some. I don't suppose you have any moonstone crystals on you?
Shit, do I? I have a vial of silver moonstone fluid.
I have moonstone shards.
All right. What are you doing?
I guess I'll.
Are you going to?
I'll pull the vial? Like,
You hold the
this
vial.
is-
All right. So you tell her your options. So Delashi has crystals, and you have a vial.
I'd prefer to save it if I'm honest, but if it gets us out here alive, then so be it.
She looks at the vial with interest, and she asks.
I know, right? Crazy.
She asks if she can take it, and for Delashi, are you going to give her those crystals?
Yes.
Okay, she takes the crystals, and then she gives those. It was yellow crystals, or was it red crystals?
It was red, I believe.
The red crystals. So she gives the red crystals to her fox-like slime, and then the fox itself actually changes into the red color. Like, okay. Well, I guess I can do this, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, and I don't know if I want to do this, but shit. You guys are getting a lot of buffs.
And then before we do anything else, I'm gonna say, so, not to be too forward, but I can move very quickly. Would you like me to try to carry you past the thing?
You've rolled enough one-eyed winks. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of another.
What was that?
You've rolled enough one-eyed winks. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of another.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in the zone.
She basically says, yes, if you would like to try, go ahead.
So I'm gonna make sure I'm attuned to lightning.
All right.
And look to Frost and say, whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna turn and actually look at Gareth. So when you guys get her past this golem, I'm thinking a little bit of your special wind magic there. My guns could probably put a hurting on this thing. So let's try to pincer it once she gets past.
All right. He kind of nods and is like, "We'll do this."
All right, so Farron's gonna kick the door open, step out, do one of those loud, typical cowboy whistles that gets attention, and start blasting.
All right, roll me magic, friend.
Oh, hey, what do you know? I'm really good at magic.
So anyway, I started blasting.
I started firing and I missed, and then I fired, and then I missed again. All right, friend.
I was like, bang, bang.
+2, boy.
All right, so I'm doing other side rolls. You shoot at the golem, and the golem turns and looks, and you see its form drop down to the floor and slide over.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
And
So me stepping out into this hallway over here,
Yep,
I'd be like, right about there.
you were right about there.
Yeah.
So it forms and slips over. You see it go halfway down the row, while still eyeing you with its beady eyes, because all these slimes have beady eyes.
I wonder if maybe on my next go around I can get the door open behind me and get a little more ground.
It reaches its arm into the room right over here on its right, still does its job, and then tries to throw some slime at you. Roll me athletics. Okay, good. You duck and get out of the way of the slime. All right, next person going up. Who's going? Delashi.
Yes,
Done. What are you
me.
doing, friend?
Okay, so I want to step out of the room. I want to attempt to freeze the golem's feet.
Okay.
Or is it slime right now, or is it
It mixes and mashes, so you're going to have to roll in order to catch it on one of the two.
Okay.
Or maybe your
Alright.
ice will be able enough.
All right. Should I roll magic?
Roll magic for me, please.
Okay.
All right, you throw some ice its way, and it looks like there's some ice around its feet, somewhat blocking a bit of the path. I need you to roll me athletics as well, because it's going to throw some slime your way.
Okay.
It pegs you on the shoulder, and you get thrown back into the room that you were just in.
Okay.
So just move your character back into the back corner over there.
Okay.
All right, next one up. Who's going? The golem is at least lower to the ground. I would say if there's 15 feet high for the cabin itself, maybe you can get above it. I feel like that was a question that you might have asked. They're Tillin.
I'm so sorry. What?
Oh no, you're fine. I was giving you a description of what's going on right here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask before I moved, like, how much of this hallway is this golem taking up? What kind of wiggle room do I have?
The wiggle room that you have, I would say, at best, 10 feet. Like, 10 feet high and then 5 feet to the side of it. Its shape is like somewhat going into rooms, and as it throws its slime at the individuals, its shape kind of also gets smaller. And it also ducked down for the first hit from Vrost. And you saw a bit of the ice kind of wave over, I would say, its legs, or where its legs would be. That Delashi did. I'm also going to change the music while you decide what the hell you're doing.
I mean, technically it's my turn.
Oh, sorry. I know your group is all going together. If you want to go Gareth first, go ahead.
I'm gonna use Quicka.
Alright, who you using it on?
The fastest fuckboy.
The fastest fuckboy? Oh, that's not the one. Alright, you have a boost and boon to your athletics and your... anything with the jumpy rolls. You have a boost to your athletics as well as... Why do I not have a character sheet up? Sorry, I was looking at 3 different things at once. You have a boost to your athletics and your physique, friend.
To who? Should be.
Oh wait, no. Yes?
Mordecai.
To Mordecai,
To
yes.
Mordecai.
To Mordecai. Mordecai, you have a boost for your athletics. And such. So if you want to do the hardcore parkour shit, I do not doubt that you're going to get some high numbers here, friend. Oof. You were just casting that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to have you roll for that one.
Okay.
Because you'll just be giving, no matter what, with all the buffs that are going on right now, it'll be a +2. If you want to roll to maybe get a roll magic just to see if you get an advantage card, that would be the only thing. He will get a +2 from this. Okay, then that's it. Dun dun and dun dun. I need not this one. There we go. Dramatic horror. There we go. This is the song I need, because I need less lullaby horror. Please and thank you. I will have Eris go next. Eris will also cast on the entire party Increm, or Incremus. So the entire party for fighting, you will gain a +2.
Awesome.
So there you go. A lot of buffs and bonuses here. Alright, so, Mordecai, you're last. Mordecai. Mordecai, come out to play. Hello there, friend.
I don't know when I muted.
Oh, alright.
Okay. Wow. I hope it hasn't been too long. Okay. So I'm gonna We'll go over to Eris, say, pardon me, scoop her up, Princess Carrie, and I'm gonna go be fast as fuck, boy. I'm gonna, once I hear all of the combat shit go down.
All the combat shit has gone down. Roll me both physique, and then roll me. I need 3 rolls from you, friend.
Okay.
I need physique, I need fighting, and then I need athletics.
Fight and athletics. Okay. Give me that physique. Alright, so start doing some mental math here. That's 1 plus the 2 from the bonus. Oh Jesus.
Oh my god.
So it's plus 2 bonus from Delashi's thing is 3, plus 2 bonus from Gareth's thing is 5, and plus 2 bonus from Overclocked Prosthetics, which I will burn a fate point for. Matches 7.
Alrighty, friend. Alrighty. So here's what goes down.
So that's physique.
Yep.
Okay.
So that is physique. You get pelted with a bit of slime and it stays on you, and that is it. You are able to clear where it is and get about halfway to right there.
Okay.
So with Eris in tow.
So I tried to bounce off the wall and it managed to clip me.
So as you run out, you see the moment where everything goes down. You see the fires from Vrost. You see the ice shards from Delashi. You see the magic that Gareth puts on you, and you're like, all right, 3, 2, 1, let's jam, go. Run out into the hall. You jump onto a little bit of sidewall, up over the slime itself, and as you kind of flip over the slime again throws a portion of its body onto you, and it catches you, but you're still in such a momentous state that you kind of add it to your momentum and you're able to clear it.
Okay.
It is on your back, and that is what it is for you. Eris you get her clear, and she steps down, and you both are on that side. You can see the wisps on the other end kind of pull and culminate over the energies towards the front of the car. You also notice, I'll say you get clear a little bit to right there.
Okay.
That's where you go. You notice on your left and right side, the doors that the creature pushed open, they're technologies. They're bits of technology on each side. On one side, on the northern side of this map, or your left, it's purple moonstone glowing technology. On the right side, it's glowing with red moonstone energy. And you see these like mechanical contraptions, not unlike the cube that Delashi had mentioned about earlier, that they found in one of the other cabins.
Oh well.
But these seem to be on a much larger scale.
Okay. Noted. Do you still need a fight and a athletics from me?
Yes, I do need a fight in athletics from you.
Okay. So 3, 5, 7. Buff City, Jesus.
Buff City, yes.
And I can only overclock prosthetics once a turn, is that right?
Once per point. Per point.
Once per point, okay. So that's a 7 without it. I don't think I need it to hit 9.
There you
go.
If you would like to investigate these rooms real quick, you are allowed to. Other than that, the slime itself wraps around your body. That is it.
Oh.
Yes. It does.
My priority is keeping Eris safe right now, so.
Not a problem.
So, and then athletics, I guess. Which is +3. So that would be 5.
Okay.
Wait. Do all of these trigger inside the zone before I accidentally cheat?
All those, I'm basically, what you did was, I figured you were going to have a successful run parkour hardcore out of that shit. So these are mostly rolling for advantage because I knew you were going to clear that shit because you had too many goddamn buffs. That was great.
So
what you just
3
have...
if you're counting the zone bonus, 5 if you're not.
Yes. So I'm keeping those in mind. Right now you are good.
Okay.
You cleared it. You were able to get Eris safe. There's no slime on Eris.
Okay.
That is one of the successes that you were able to get.
All right.
You are able to look into these 2 rooms. You know what they are. You see where they are, and that is about it for the moment.
They can wait.
All right. Now give me 1 second. I'm going to roll for everything else. All right. So the golem is going to come right over to where our little trio in the back is. And you feel a slight pull from the slime to your backside. You're pulled slightly from Eris, but not much. Let's say there. The slime itself, I need Vrost, Dalashi, and Gareth to all roll me fighting rolls. Alright, so...
Jesus, fellas.
Alright, well, the 3s.
+4. That's +4 as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dun dun dun,
That's-
dun dun dun.
Damn, boy.
7.
You are all knocked back against walls, and only Vrost, who already had slime on him. Oh wait, no, sorry, it wasn't Vrost, it was Dalashi. Dalashi, you already had slime on you. You take 1 point of physical stress.
Ugh.
The smallest of offended gasp.
As you see the slime also kind of reach out, jet, and try to it kind of porcupines itself, and it kind of jets out towards those areas, sensing there's something there that shouldn't be. It somewhat tries to pin you up against the wall. You're able to move, but you still take the damage from it. Vrost, you're able to move just to the side of it. If you roll me athletics real quick right now, if you would like, you can get to the opposite side of it.
Yeah.
Get yourself a little more wiggle room.
Yeah.
You are able to step around it. You almost stepped in the puddle of it, though.
Yo, gross, none of my boots.
These are my good boots.
So
These are Gucci, man. You gotta watch out.
Oh my god.
So, seeing the action, seeing the attack from the slime itself, Ross is able to kind of hop, leap, and do a roll over the slime, and then try to get a better vantage point because he would have been pinned up against that wall real quick. The slime itself is going to do one more thing. It's going to use its form to kind of create a door where Gareth and Dalashi are, because it's right there.
Bitch.
Alright, top of the round again. So, Vrost, you're up. Dalashi, then Gareth, Mordecai, and Eris.
All right,
What are you doing?
we're taking a step back this way. We'll get some more shots off. Just bang, bang.
Alright, roll me magic.
Jesus.
+4.
Oof. Alright. You shoot it, and its slime kind of goes out and splatters more against the walls, and it's working to reform itself in that area. So its main body is now kind of all over the place. It still has the wall of door made out of itself, but that is it. So it's going to take a bit to get back up for another action for attack. Gareth, Dalashi, you're up next. What are you doing?
Am I pinned to the wall right now?
You are not pinned to the wall, but your arm got pretty scraped up.
Okay.
Damn, that golem hit so hard it stopped the
Oh,
music.
jeez. Oh,
and you said that it's in the doorway of this room?
yes, it basically used a good chunk of its slime to make a door, and is now holding you here.
Okay.
So it was attacking you while you guys were in the room. Now it's just kind of containing you for a moment as it puts itself back together.
Okay. I would like to go up to the wall where the door is connected to,
Mm-hmm.
and try to send a stream of ice towards the door instead of touching it and doing it.
You can.
That wouldn't be a smart idea.
You can roll magic for it. Dun dun dun. You're able to freeze the upper half of the doorway.
Okay.
So the upper half of the slime portion in its place is frozen. And you could see it more encased in the ice rather than trying to slip out.
Hmm.
Right, dun, 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 dun. I need something more with more horror here, please. Gareth, go up next.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I want to hit it with some webblers, so...
Webless? Alright, so you're going to wind blast it out, right? Or wind
Yeah.
Alright. Roll me magic.
Wind water.
Wind water?
Yeah.
Jeez. And there's the buff. Alright. So, you blast the lower half of it out, and the door is at least now open, and the ice shards of the upper portion of the door smack the opposite end. Its form is now kind of littering the far end of this hallway.
Ew.
So
Clean up on aisle 3.
So it is over here. It is over here, and most of its form is back here.
If I wasn't further down the aisle and covered in slime, I'd be astonished that Gareth made it funny.
Good job, Gareth.
Frost went. Yes, Frost went.
No.
You all went. Mordecai.
Mordecai.
You and Eris. What are you doing?
Eris technically went before me last time. I don't know
Alright.
if you want to keep it in that order.
Eris is trying to figure out at the front what to say to the person that she knows.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend a turn for empathy on her. That's with the buffs and everything else, or with some of the buffs. Or no, yeah, there's no buffs for that. Never mind, you're outside the radius. I need to re-roll that. All right, done. Everybody was rolling so high, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks completely normal. Wait,
You
no.
could have just subtracted 2.
All right, subtract 2 from that. It's 4. She tries to speak to the ghostly form, and the ghostly form turns and sends wisps around her. As the cart itself, ta-tung, ta-tung, now it changes back to the current status.
Is she still there?
She's still there.
Okay. I was about to say, if it's like a partial time shift, and depending on where you stand, you zip. That'd suck.
That would suck.
Okay, so I'm still tethered to this thing, right?
Yes, you feel it pull a bit at your back. Feel like it's almost gravitationally pulling at you, because it's trying to reform itself, but it's also trying to hold on to you.
So, but there is like a chunk of slime wrapped around me and like extending into its form.
Wrapped around your waist, just kind of pulling. It's not extending yet, but it's trying to pull you back towards the rest of its body.
So there's not like a tether I can cut.
No, there's not a tether you can cut.
Okay. Two ideas spring to mind.
All right.
Either I use my hands and try to rip it off of me, or I try to emanate a zap from the areas it's grabbing me and see if I can discharge it off of me.
All right, what would you like to do, friend? I'm not telling you which one's which.
I know.
Roll a 1d2.
Also, after this roll, the buff will be gone.
No.
Oh, I didn't know I still had it.
The Dalashi buff. You still have the other buff.
Okay. I guess first instinct is to grab at it and rip it off, so that's what I'll do.
All right, roll me fighting. You have a +2 to this because of Eris. Oof. All right.
So that's 3. I really don't like this shit on me. I'm gonna overclock prosthetics would make sense with my hands. Never mind.
You're able to. You take off a portion of wrappings that are around it. You kind of strip slightly and are able to get it off.
Like, kind of what?
You kind of rip at where it is or where it's holding, and you kind of wrap it around some cloth that you have. Like, you have bandages around your midsection, don't you?
Sure.
All right. So you kind of rip towards that, and you kind of throw it over to the side. And it kind of goes over onto the cloth right there, and you see the cloth get dragged away.
Okay. Am I able to move forward closer to Eris?
You're able to move forward a bit.
Okay. I'm gonna try to stand up next to her, but let her be like slightly forward,
Okay.
so she can talk to this dude. But I'm trying to assume a protective stance. Just be ready.
Yep. So you'll take the hits if instead of her.
Sure.
That's basically what it would be.
Yeah. No. That's.
All right. So
I'm gonna put it.
going to do some other stuff now. Let's see.
And so I still have some of this gunk on me.
All right.
Does it burn?
It doesn't burn. It was just pulling at you.
Okay.
And like any of the small bits of gunk are pulling back towards itself. It wants to reform itself. So you basically were able to throw a chunk off that was on you, and any of the extra leavings are still going back to its main state.
Okay.
It reforms itself, but it's back here at the far back of the corner. It does not get an engage this time because you successfully like whittled it down for a bit. It is still active up and moving. The wisps. I need Mordecai. I need you to roll me will save, please.
Oh, we all know how these have been going.
And I'll roll for Eris.
You said will?
Yes.
Standard roll.
Fuck.
What I expected.
Oh, friend. All right.
That shit's a 0.
You take 1 point of will. One more shift of will.
Okay, I'm at 2.
Yep. Eris also takes 1 point. The wisp themselves kind of push you back as both of you get hit. Only you two see that the world itself, or the train card itself, shifts from current back to ancient, and then back to current again.
Okay.
So you both get pushed back this way, and you're back to these doors.
That's whatever you're going to do. Do it quickly.
I know. The technology, maybe there. I don't know. And she kind of points at the 2 doors. Specifically the purple moonstone. It's probably fueling what's ever in this cart. I don't know. Take it apart, destroy it, whatever you need to do. Just pull it from the walls. I don't know.
I'm on it.
And that's
when you.
that's what
I thought you just meant it was loot.
No, these are the machines that are. Eris doesn't know this.
Never mind.
She's trying to tell you what could potentially be.
Okay.
She's making a guess that the technology that might be fueling this train is actually in those 4 corners. The golem itself is maintaining it. It's providing like routine maintenance. It's making sure it's all up to date and kept up with. As you saw it too, go from room to room, it was making sure that it went into each of these different aspects to make sure everything was good. That was quote unquote supposed to be your hint.
Okay.
So with that done, all right, top of the round, Farron, Frost, you're up. The golem has reformed itself, and it looks like it's full form now, and it's standing up tall, like its head is reaching the top of the ceiling.
No, we bang bang boogie still.
All right, bang bang boogie. Bang the boogie to the bee. 3. All right, done. You hit it. You only take a little bit of it off. Next up, Delashi, Gareth, you're up. It is.
Is there still like a sheet of it frozen on the ground?
The sheet was the frozen sheet that was over there. It was trying to hit it. It did not get it. It actually reformed itself. It just slid around the ice that you made. The second time you iced it, it was actually able to hold it in place.
So yeah, like the ice that I froze on, like the doorway, the door that it made.
The door that got blasted by Gareth. So everything over there was splattered, and you no longer have a door. If you would like to go out and help Varen, you can go out and help Varen. It depends on what you want to do. It is towards the back side of this train, though.
Okay. I want to, I think I just want to, like, use Magical Flux just to see what happens.
That is up to you, friend.
So I want to, like, step out, in front of Farron and face the, golem. And, like, face my hand at it and use Magical Flux.
There we go. That's what I fucking needed. All right, go ahead and do it. Roll me magic. I will roll for what number it will be. And you are aiming it at the golem specifically, correct?
Yes, right at the golem.
All right, done. Let me change the music here real quick. We're going to get some more actual battle fucking theme. Let's go. Change the tune of this. There we go. I was trying to find something that was horror related, but I had no luck in this whole damn time, so I'm just going to say screw it, we're going for fight music. Alright, friend. So, is the music too loud? Let me know. It's good? Okay, I didn't know if it changed volume on itself again.
No, it's good.
Okay, good. Alright, done deal. Let's go for your roll of the dice.
Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll just make the golem really high.
142. Ooh, 31. Alright, well, you always keep getting the electric chain. You actually use the weakest of the electri spells. Oh. It's still a decent one.
Okay.
But your right hand changes and swirls, and it goes from its normal color over into the yellow, and from it blasts another bolt of lightning, and you chuck the bolt of lightning towards a part of its form, and it goes a little bit through the form. It shivers a bit, and then looks at you. You see pieces of it kind of spark off, and you take another similar. A bit bigger portion than Vross just took off. So 2, 3 portions. So 3 portions. Alright. Done deal. Gareth, what are you doing? It is your turn, Gareth. I cannot hear you if you are talking, friend.
I want to use like Weblum, but I kind of want to actually for once use my sword that I have chilling on me.
All right. let me know what you're doing. So you're stepping out and also rising up against this golem.
Yeah.
What do you?
I'm gonna draw my blade and then like infuse it with like Weblam, which is like a mix of like air and water, and then I want to slash at it as like the huge like following wave of like wind and water comes out and like I want to say like almost surrounds the golem because it's like a blast.
Done. Wevlum. Done. Roll me fighting then, please, and thank you. Alright. You do have a +2 because of the incremus for the physical moves that Eris put on you all. So with that, I'll go for a 6. You jam your blade in towards the center of it, and you're able to split it in 2 as you come out of the side door and you brandish your blade. You come out, step into the hallway, move slightly past Dalashi, and cut upwards. And its upper half portion goes and glops up towards the ceiling as the lower portion just gets splattered on towards the lower half, or towards the back of the car. You also take about the same portion that that Dalashi just took out. So yeah, that small little bit. It has a small little bit of its form right there. It is going to work to go past you guys.
Uh-oh.
And it gets behind Vrost over to here. It does not get an attack action right now, though. Gareth, Mordecai, what are you doing? Or are you waiting on Eris again? Eris is going to go into the other room as well. And, sorry, I'm just going to do that because you said you were waiting on her anyway. She's going to go into this lower room and try to disassemble the machine, or at least pull it out.
Okay, I will take my cue from her and go in here and at a glance, does this thing look dangerous if I just start yanking shit?
Potentially.
Okay, be careful as I, we'll see how careful I am myself.
I will take either, if you want to destroy it, roll fighting. If you want to take it apart and salvage it, roll me crafts.
Crafts, boy.
All right, then.
It's your boy. It's a benevolent
Fuck.
engineer.
All right, there we go.
Nice.
Machine over man. Touches 2 aspects. I'm not sure if that matters.
Oh, are you going to actually do them? Are you going to raise it to that highest status?
It requires a fate point to burn that, right?
It does. Oh wait, no. Yeah, for machine over man.
Machine over man or benevolent engineer. They're both aspects. Doesn't matter. It gets a 6 as it is. I can leave it alone.
All right, done deal. You get half of it out. You get half of it torn apart. You deconstruct it with a bit of quick engineering precision. You're able to see the parts that are making it tick. You find where its power source is, how it's kind of conducted into the wall itself, and you're able to get half of that routed. As you do, you see, and let me see if Eris gets her section. She will also roll for that. Eris is able to get a small portion of it out, 1 portion. And as you both work to do this in tandem, you see the whole cart half shift.
Uh-oh.
So half of the cart is ancient, the other half is current.
Oh. Does that envelop any of the area we're working in?
It actually, for the area that you're working in, both of you, your area is ancient and looking pristine.
Does that change what I'm doing?
It does not change it. That is up to you if it's changing what you're doing, because it doesn't really reset your progress. It just the area around you looks nicer, cleaner. There is a small portion that you roll me notice.
was just asking because if I open a hatch and stick my arm in, and we are in a time frame where a hatch is closed and my arm's still in it.
Yeah, that would royally suck. You don't notice anything else out of the ordinary.
I'm focused.
You are focused on your task. You do notice, and you hear a large howl. You hear a large howl as now the ghost itself begins to move towards you.
Eris, I don't think your friend enjoys this plan.
It might be for his own good.
He's dead, but okay, whatever.
So I need what is he going to be doing? I need to roll that. A slime ain't doing jack shit. Roll that.
So I'm halfway done with my task.
You are halfway done with your task. You feel like you're getting a good chunk of the machinery out and through. Eris is only about, I would say, a quarter of her pathway.
Okay.
The ghost sends out more wisps, and each wisp now goes flying into each of the rooms. You will be taking minuses on your checks for these. And that's what it does. Top of the round, Vrost, you're up next.
Alright, so whipping around, I see that we have the two of them up there dipped in those rooms, and then the golem is working its way back up that way.
Yes, the slime is a small bit now, and you see it right there on your opposite side, where as both Delashi and Gareth had another one over here, it has split itself now into two.
Oh. Fun.
Oh.
They're
So
both
the main
much
one to the
smaller.
left and small one to the right.
Yeah, main one to the left and small one to the right.
Good thing you got two guns.
I mean, I do have two guns.
You do have two guns.
So, actually, what I'd like to do, I have the called shot stunt. I was wondering if I could apply that to do almost like a split attack between the two things to try and hinder their movements.
If you spend a fate point, you can.
Done. Here we go, bang bang boogie.
All right. Ooh, all right.
What a catchphrase.
That roll is going to count for both of them, so it's just going to half itself, and you're going to hit portions of each of them.
Ooh.
So
Trying to make sure they are slowed down.
So this slime, I'm going to render immobile for right now, and the other slime just has a piece of it shot off, but it's trying to move towards you guys. Delashi, you're up next. What are you doing?
I would like to impale the one in front of me.
Okay. How are you doing that?
With ice shards.
Okay. Done. Roll me magic. All right, you go to impale it. You're able to scatter more of its form, but impaling it is just not working. You had more of a promise actually containing it rather than trying to hold it somewhere. Oh, containing it rather than trying to pin it somewhere. In same context, but two different ways. That. You are able to scatter more of its form. So it's now a small slime, as it was on Vrost's other side. Gareth, your turn. What are you doing?
Would like status effect spells work on slimes, or
Would you like to try rolling lore for it? To know what your creature or enemy is.
I guess?
You kind of
Try to roll.
You kind of assume, or are you taking that roll or are you doing something?
I don't fucking know, man. My rolls have been shit.
Yeah, you could spend a fate point to re-roll. You are a scholar. This is your area of expertise.
Sure, I'll spend one. I told you it's not gonna do anything.
You could spend another fate point to try to do something different. But no, you kind of guess it might just be a race against a being that might not be able to be stopped. That's kind of what you're kind of getting at with all these different hits, and with what you're looking at. You might not know what it is, but you know that your efforts are just delaying it. It's just constantly coming at you.
Okay, I guess I'll just try to hit it with Webless again.
All right, go ahead, roll. You try to hit
I
it.
want to use fuck this.
Okay.
I'm fucking using hyper focus.
All right, use hyper focus. What are you doing?
That's one of my aspects.
All right, are you re-rolling or are you adding a +2?
I'm gonna add a +2.
All right, add a +2 plus with the normal fighting, you're able to hit it and hit the rest of the small form. So its small form again dissipates. You have two sides of it kind of trying to reamass itself. I'm going to roll for Eris. Eris takes another two portions of the technology out. She's able to like get in there. She might not know exactly what she's doing, but she's able to take it apart somewhat. She's getting more work done on her things. You feel like she's about 3/4 of the way to take apart this section of the machine. Mordecai, what are you doing?
I don't know if I could use an interrupt on this. Could I potentially tap into my benevolent engineer aspect and, like, since I'm further ahead of her, shout directions over my shoulder at her to help her if I burn a fate point?
I'll allow it.
Or is that too much?
No, I'll allow it. That's
Okay.
you're supporting.
Alright, so I'm down to 2 fate points.
You won't be able to use it for your action, but if you want to use it to help her, you can do that.
Sure.
Alright, so done. She's able to, with that, you shouting instructions at her, she's actually able to take the rest of it apart. And as she does such, again, the whole ship shifts into ancient. And then the whole ship shifts again over to current. And now it's stuck on current. What are you doing, friend?
I'm trying to practice what I preach. Take this thing apart.
Alright, roll.
Ooh, reaction.
Alright, done. You are able to finish deconstructing this portion over here. Two of the machines are down. You do know that there's still two further back left that may or may not be hindering what's going on here. As you see the ghost himself walk over towards your doors, and he stops as it shifts again from current over to ancient, and now you see he actually has a physical form, and he just stopped there still.
Okay.
And he
with any movement I have, could I potentially, if I see this in time, try to interpose myself?
No, not this one,
No. Okay.
because it's during while you're taking it apart as he goes there.
Okay.
That will be that. All right. So there's only one roll for them this time. The form of the slimes goes back, and you see it just kind of whisk, and it changes its color from a silver over into a purple now.
Ooh.
And it stands in the way, and it tries to block off Eris and Mordecai now. It reforms itself more towards their doors. Oh, wait, I need my epic music back. I was feeling that. Go back. I need
Wait, go back!
Go back to epic music. We were going in there. We were going in there hard.
Give me my tasty jams back.
Give me my tasty jams. Give me my licks. There we go. All right, and that is going to be their turn. You do see the form of Matthias. He's standing right there in physical form, much like you saw the guard earlier in the caverns, or not in the caverns, in the train caboose, in the other aspect of the train. You know what I'm talking about. Go, Vrost, you're up next. What are you doing, friend? You saw the slimes just rush underneath your legs and go and try to reform itself. It's still set into two different sections that are going to try to dodge your turns while messing up the two engineers, so to speak, who are deconstructing this portion of the train.
Would it be fair to say that me shouting directions to Eris for taking shit apart could have traveled down the hallway like they heard me shouting shit to take shit apart?
If you would like to shout that, you can.
Well, I'm just talking about like when I was shouting at Eris prior, would they have potentially heard that and maybe caught the gist of what we're trying to do?
Frost, roll me notice to see if you got that. Because you would be the only... You got that, Frost. You heard very clearly some directions being shouted to take some shit apart.
So stepping forward, the doors to my left and right, are they open?
They are open. They were opened by the golems.
So peeking into each one, like quick glance, what do I see?
You see machines on each of the walls. There seems to be much larger than the contraption that you found, but quite similar in the earlier carts. These machines look to have purple and then red energy, respectively, on the upper and lower sides.
Is there a way I can kind of like pinpoint where would be the most favorable shot to try to disable these things?
You can try to shoot them, yes, friend.
Oh my god.
So
Go
I'll
ahead.
take a look and we'll just two guns just bang bang each side. Hopefully.
Are you going to try to take a double pot shot again with your fate point?
Yes, sir.
All right, roll me that magic, friend.
Magic gun.
All right, so you got 6.
Yes, sir.
All right, friend, roll me will.
God damn.
So the one that you shot, because you're using guns of electricity and then guns of the Red Moon. So I've been keeping this in mind too. Your guns for the Electress, if I remember correctly.
So it was Ignis for fire and then Fulminus for the lightning.
Yeah. So in a bit of haste, I'm going to play this one a little on you. In shooting each one, you shoot the red moonstone crystal with the red gun, and it just bounces the shot right back at you, and that's the one that hit you.
Ooh.
So you take 1 point of will mental stress for the magic.
Am I missed it over here? Like, is that what's happening?
And then for the other one, I'm going to double check. If I am wrong, you will do some damage. If I am right, you will do no damage.
You said that was mental that I took from the shot that hit me?
Yes, you took mental. Like, mental is our AKA magic damage.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Drill knee chain. Alright. Gonzalo's figure, best. Yep, friend, you do no damage to it. It just kind of gets hit, and you see the electricity dissipate. If you do know, now that you rethink it, if you shot the other one with lightning, you probably could damage it some, but with your current gun, it may, your Red Moonstone gun, it might not damage either of them. Or in the case of the Red Moonstone, it will reflect it back at you. Alright, that was Ross's turn. Delashi, you're up next. What are you doing?
Do I see what Ross does? Do I need to roll notice?
You see what Vross does, because I would assume that you both turned to go help him as the slime kind of whisks its way around there. So you will see it, because you're both in the hallway with them.
All right. I think that instead of trying to go for one of the machines, I would like to try to slow the slime down.
Okay.
I want to put my hand on the ground and try to create like ice
An ice sheet
on the floor.
again?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me magic. Roll for that one. Done deal. Let's go. Let's see what you do. You're able to freeze one of them.
Okay.
The one that's closer to you. So the bottom half of it, it's kind of stuck in the ground, and it's kind of wiggling about, debating if it wants to split off. All right, Gareth, your turn. What are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna like notice like what these other two realize that this idiot dumbass over here shot himself. Slow clap.
Slow clap.
Leave it to Gareth to always find time for sass.
Always find time to sass for Gareth.
And can I hit one of these machines with magic?
You'll, move over to the area if you would like to hit the machine or take it apart. It is up to you.
Can I attack it?
Yep. Are you attacking it physically or magically?
Magically.
Okay. What spell are you using on it, friend?
It's got red magic. I'm not stupid, so I'm gonna use blue magic. I'm not gonna use. I don't have red magic.
All right, there, friend. I just had to double check and make sure. Which one are you hitting? The purple or the red?
The red, because blue's weak against purple. I do my fucking research.
All right, there. Roll me magic.
You assume some of us have time for research.
No, we just got a bang bang booty up in here.
You take out your sidearm and you shoot a shot at it, and you crack a portion of it. Not much, but you definitely indent it a bit.
Okay.
Done deal. All right, so Mordecai and Eris, we're up next. What are we doing?
I'll definitely try to move into a protective stance.
You have a lot in your way, friend.
Well, okay, so there's Spooky Ghost.
There's Spooky
Right.
Ghost, who is now physical.
Okay, door, and then golems are back here. So I don't have to worry about the golems yet.
Yes.
Right?
You're correct.
Alright, so I'm gonna turn around. Click the track, God damn it. Come on, Mouse, you can do it. Alright. And I'm gonna call out to the now physical ghost. Captain Matthias, can you hear me?
He kind of raises
Yes.
his head and looks at you. And he kind of looks lost.
Okay. But if he's responding to me, does he actually hone in on me, or is he just kind of like in total La La Land?
He looks at you, but he looks very lost.
Listen, if you can hear me, if you can understand me, call off your golems. We just want to talk. He has about 3 seconds to comply before I slap his ass.
Roll me empathy. You cannot roll me rapport for this one.
Okay. Is a 0. It's -1.
Oh.
He's like, the ships
Oh,
in danger.
Master the one I'd wink. That's one. You gave this power to me.
I did give this power to you.
So it goes from -1 to +1.
All right. So instead of the other thing, he's like,
Yeah.
the train. I need to. Siri, off. Or Alexa, done. No. Why did Alexa go to that? No.
Matthias, this is the voice I was expecting from you, but go on.
He at least turns around and goes back to the helm. But he sends like, we need to repair. We need to repair. The golems, instead of attacking, are going to go and slip right into the chamber back here and try to go into the chamber where you were at and try to repair. Actually, it can't go into the chamber you went into because you guys took it out. But it's going to try to repair these two.
Okay.
But so that's what they're going to do.
So with the rest of my movement, I'm gonna try to block off the passageway. You know, not that it matters too much because these things are just like
Done deal. That was your action and subsequent, like what you were doing.
yeah. So I'm just gonna turn areas and say, you have one more chance to do this. Go.
All right. And you want her to go talk to Matthias again, correct?
Whatever the fuck she's gonna do.
All right. She fed the moonstone crystals to her slime. And
Vo.
let's see. To Vo. Oh fuck. She's going to have her slime do similar to what you saw earlier, and she's going to have her slime go towards where Matthias is and try to shake him out of it. Kind of give him a little bit of life. And so you see when she does this, it kind of doesn't take the first time. He's still in a physical form. So like she has a plan, but she's very frantic and not knowing how to execute it properly. Done. Top of the round. The golems are now trying to repair and keep safe the two other portions. Frost, what are you doing?
With everything going on, so we have like a moment where we're trying to reason with this captain.
You have a moment where you're trying to reason with the captain. So far, it seemed like it kind of worked, but it just it didn't have the snuff that it needed.
Eris is trying to talk to him. I don't know how to get to him.
I'm trying to help him come to his senses. I needed. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna point my lightning gun in, take aim, and see if I can at least try to disable the machine again.
All right, roll me magic, friend. Or what are you doing? before I jump the gun.
My message, goddammit!
You appear to have an angel on your shoulder who's whispering things in your ear.
Look over at Gareth and he's squinting at you, trying to impart a telepathic message.
Looking in there, I see that we have, you said it was red on top, purple on bottom?
Mm-hmm. Red on top, purple on bottom. The slimes are now trying to cover and trying to protect the machinery.
Could I use my yellow on the slime to follow with the red into the purple? Because I know shooting red on red will cause it to shoot me.
Yep.
More than likely. Or if we shoot the other color with red, though.
You can try.
That's what I'm gonna try, fam.
All right, done deal. Go ahead, friend.
There you go.
You're able to blast the slime off of the panel. And so the slime is now over to the side. I'll move.
Oof. Fucking slimes.
All right. So, Delashi, what are you doing?
I want to take out my whip and try to use it to get the slime away from the machine in this room.
All right. I will just ask, how are you doing that? Like, how are you just trying to? Are you trying to whip it and grab it? Because it's a slime.
No, I'm not trying to grab it. I'm trying to like smack it away.
Okay, so just a nice whip thwack and explode it around. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, done. Roll me fighting.
Okay.
All right, done. You were similar to Vrost. You're able to smack it away. It kind of tries to pull a bit longer, but it eventually just splatters to the side of the wall, and it's slowly trying to get back onto the panel itself.
Okay. Now's your chance, Gareth.
Gareth, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hit the machine with a bit of my gun.
You want to hit it with the gun? Go bang bang.
With magic.
All right, done. Hitting it with magic. Roll me magic. Oof, all right, there we go. There's a roll.
Heck yeah.
All right, you were able to hit it, and you're hitting the red moonstone, right? Or purple?
Yeah.
Yeah, red.
No, red.
All right, you're able to point your gun, and in a concussive blast, you just pour it into the machinery, and you see the hole open up, and the area explodes right there. I need you and Delashi to roll me athletics.
Athletics?
Yes.
Okay.
Delashi, you are okay. Gareth, you get thrown out of that room
Woohoo!
and take 1 point of physical damage.
I can heal, it's fine.
Physical stress. Hey Mordecai, you hear a loud bang in back in the engine room. Because I assume that you were still in, or are you in the main area?
I'm in the hallway,
The hallway?
watching Eris's back.
Okay,
right
done.
now.
You hear from behind
I'm
you
splitting my attention both directions.
a loud bang. As that bang happens, everything shifts, splits 3 times into ancient current, and then settles on current. And you hear a low hum as things slowly wind down. And as it shifts to current, you see that it's the ghost form of Matthias. And Eris tries to take this as her moment to try once more to reason with the captain. And is barely able to do so. So her slime, I'm going to stop the music now.
Eris?
Her slime goes over towards it, assumes Matthias's form, and she has a conversation with it. Matthias, it's done. You can rest now. Please. You can rest now. And he kind of just looks there a bit sad. And then he looks back at her and he's like, well, the train will keep moving if people keep wanting to board. And then he puts a few switches, and then things somewhat stay reverted, and he leaves. Matthias, just kind of ghostly form, goes out of the slime and into the train itself. As you see the golems too, they go up and stop their assault, stop their motions, and go towards the front of the train and just sit there waiting. Much like the boy before. And just stay over there. No longer attacking your group, no longer trying to fix things, just staying at the helm, keeping it aloft. Congratulations, friends! The fight is now over. You have a moment to relax and breathe. And with that, we can stop there.
Okay.
Wonderful job all around.
Yeah, that was a good session.
Good fight. Good use of rolls and bullshittery and fucking all the buffs.
You are the architect of this, man.
I know. I was semi ready for them, and that's why I was like, all right, hey, this is the
Yo, man, that golem rolled like several sevens, dude. That shit was scary.
yes. It was
If
some.
I did my mental math right, he had +5s.
Yeah, he did. He did have +5s, and it wasn't something that you could really take down. Only something that you could stall. So congratulations, group. You did really well. You worked really well together. You watched each other's backs. You pulled each other from mental planes, and were able to thwart or halt or stop the machinations that were haunting this train, or at least keeping it in this unintended loop.
And bonus points, I got Gareth to take a sip of liquor.
Bonus
You
points, you got
did.
Gareth to take a sip of liquor. So
We'll work on you yet.
Drinks? Just not as much.
congratulations all around, and with that too, you have 2 pieces of technology that were able to be salvaged. Technically, potentially a third one.
Oh, y'all are gonna have to put up with my ass next session. I am like, we are crawling back to the front.
So wonderfully done. If you would like to stick around, talk, be free to do whatever you would like. Talk amongst yourselves, revel in your victory, however you would like. You have at least stopped the hauntings of the ghost train.
Whew.
Congratulations
So-
all around.
It's definitely a solid spot to end it on.
Oh yes.
To everyone else in the chat who's watching, who's not us, can we get another sweet fat like from Mark and his awesome DMing? And I suppose a round of applause. Good shit.
you
It's a good old
guys
podcast.
were
It's
fantastic
podcast.
yourselves.
Thank you for running.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Why are you running?
Why are you running? Why are you running? We're getting away from a slime that won't die.
And Dark Group,
Yeah,
while I have
seriously.
you here, are you planning on being a permanent addition, or are you just guesting for the quest?
That'll be revealed later.
Fair enough. Well, it was a
I'll-
pleasure either way,
I'll-
man.
I'll threaten him to join
Huh.
us.
Mhm.
I'll threaten him to join us.
I gotcha. For those of you who are watching the stream, absolutely thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about the story, about the realm that we put our whole system on, if there were favorite moments that you liked, enjoyed, criticisms, by all means, let me know. Type it in the chat, tell me in Discord, tell me over whatever message you have. This was a lot of fun, and I hope people enjoyed it. So,
On that note, good night, everybody.
have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night. Oh my god.
All right. I will
Really?
You nailed it, Varys.
Wow. Wow.
Wow! I need to get a sound bit of you doing that.
Wow.
Oh wow!
I'll be ending the
Mark's
stream.
like-
Huh?
It's like Mark's credited sound.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
Like the first time you hit me with that shit, I thought you were actually using a soundboard. I'm like, what the? Oh no, that's him.
I have it on loop. It is my setting that I can always pull out.
Also, while I have you here, while I was looking up my spell list, I happened to notice there is a section on the wiki called Magic Boxes
Yes, there is.
that seem like scrolls in D&D. So
They-
that probably would have been worth taking a look at, because that probably would have helped.
There are, friend. It allows you to use magic without having to worry about certain instances and effects. They are costly, but it allows you to use stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to use too.
Hmm.
Oh man, this was that was a ride there at the end.
Yeah, man.
I'm like,
It was good shit.
shit, go do the thing. Fuck. All right, no, I gotta have him reform. Nope, it's going to attack everybody. Nope, that's going to explode. All right, well, do this.
It's also an exercise in like, okay, I definitely want to get the flirt in, but I don't want to be too much a fucking ham-handed asshole about it. Because like, she basically like woke up from cryogenic sleep, and the last thing she wants is someone like going over the top hitting on her.
Oh man, maybe you're her knight in shining armor, friend.
You kept it classy.
Woke
Yeah, it was
Sleeping
hard
Beauty
though with
from her-
like all
from her
three of you
sleep.
snickering in the background.
Oh man. So as that with this stopping point too, feel free to have any in-character discussions too on our Discord. Especially if you guys want to talk about maybe what you experienced, what you saw, thoughts, ideas, and any chats with Eris too. There you go, giving you the one-eyed wink there, Mordecai.
I think we're just picking up right where we left off here, so I don't want to advance that plot too much.
I
but...
would say you would just be stopped here, having a moment to talk. Yeah, you have
Alright.
moments. Everything is down.
Okay. And
We'll
I
just
know
do
you and I need to
shenanigans.
get into the specifics of what I did prior.
Mm-hmm. Whenever you're free, friend, I am available.
Okay.
Ah.
But it is brain break time. This was awesome, but it is definitely different over the internet. So I need to go
Go recharge yourselves, friends. I'll be
wind
staying
down for a moment.
I'll be staying on Discord. I'm ending the stream now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, keep being a hero and let us know what you think. Let us know if you had fun with our adventuring party and their antics and their fun times. Their happy memories as well as their sad and oh my god, sad I want to cry memories.
Hashtag keep being a hero.
Thank you.